Big.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to
Hello,
episode
folks.
113 with me, Matt, and our Luke's here. Our Luke's joined us.
How you doing,
Hooray!
Thanks for asking me, boys. Absolute
Yeah.
pleasure to be here. Pleasure to be here. Always is. Always
Well,
is.
we've always said, haven't we? We were saying it before we came on that you're the fourth ESR member, aren't you? So Tezzy's feeling a bit under the weather. So our Luke, bless him, good old Luke, substituted quick. You're like Neymar in the last 10 minutes, Luke. Look at it that way. Do you know what I mean?
I've got a better attitude than him. Wish I could play football like him. Yeah.
Wow.
No, thanks, boys. Pleasure to be here.
I miss the football. It's there's only a few things that remind me of home when you live so far away. So obviously, when I get my parcels from everybody, and there's got the cakes in, and the Marmite, and the brown sauce, and the Premier League. So when the football's off, I don't know what to do. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't,
Tell you what, when the football's off, I know exactly what to do. It means I've got like 2 months of none of this. Oh, we're gonna lose. I know we're gonna lose.
You're telling me that. You're telling me that. Last 2 seasons. Oh no!
Hey, I tell you what, mate. We might be down there with you this season if you are. Jesus.
Aren't you watching the ladies? Aren't you watching the ladies' football? You know,
But it's funny that because
I haven't really seen any of it.
well, it's on at
Australia,
half
isn't it?
4 in the morning here, and so what happened is a couple of last Monday, my dog had run off, and I live in the country, I can say, so it's all rural around me. So I thought I'm not going to go and find my dog now at 3:30 in the morning. I just thought I'll open the door, let it out. My dog just went out the door, and I thought, I don't believe this. Do you know what I mean? And the Women's World Cup just started, England, Nigeria. So I just watched that till the dog came home.
He came out. He got hungry.
I saw Lauren James get. Is it Lauren James? I saw her get sent off. I saw that.
Yeah. Filthy.
Yeah.
Filth.
Yeah.
Filth.
Yeah. She knew what she was doing, didn't she? Yeah.
It was obvious. Her brother probably, they've got a funny thing, those Jameses, haven't they? They're a bit cocky. But listen, she's a good player and good luck to him. So.
Oh, she got a famous football brother, has she? I won't have a clue.
Plays for Chelsea. Plays for Chelsea,
Oh,
brother.
Well, have a
James,
clue.
did it?
We'll have a
Hey,
clue.
Kieran. Thanks for coming, Kieran.
Hi, Kieran.
Hey, Kieran.
Kenny. Hey, Kenny.
Kenny.
Jonathan. Oh, there's a big thing. I'm talking about Jonathan. There's a big event going on in Ireland this weekend, isn't there? Our side. He's gone. Connor, Jonathan.
Dublin Comic. Yeah. Dublin Comic Con, eh? Ooh.
Yeah. I've never been to Dublin. Have you two ever been to Dublin?
Never.
No, I'd love
I don't
to
get
go.
many places at all.
Love to
No,
go.
I'm not a traveller. I'm not a globetrotter.
No.
Love to go.
Although,
Yeah.
sounds like usual. Mine might be a glove. I watched his last video and he was talking about coming to Joe Fest, and I was like, "Oh man, that'd be awesome if Mike comes to Joe."
Quite key. You wouldn't know where to. You wouldn't know. You get bombarded, wouldn't he, with people talking to him?
Oh
Yeah.
man, he'd be like a superstar him if he went to Joe Fest, definitely. Hey, Kenny, what's up,
Hey,
Kenny?
Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny.
Let's have a look, Jonathan. Hello, Des.
Hey, up, Des.
Hiya, Des.
Hiya, pal. How are you?
I see he's opened one of his boxes. Yeah, he's got his Jabba display out. I see it's on Instagram.
It is nice, that thing, isn't it? That
I
Jabba.
looked at that.
It's not big enough. It's not big enough. Can't get all his figures in. So yeah, not big enough.
Well, they all looked cramped in the movie anyway, didn't they? In there, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Get him in. Get him in.
Yeah.
Hey, Bazza. Nice to see you, Baz.
Baz.
GJC. So he was
GJC.
playing that.
Ooh.
What he was playing, it was Ghost Recon he was playing. It looked awesome.
Those Recon, yeah.
It's funny watching these and going to Tessie's because they're so different. What the games he play.
Yeah.
Although Tez has put one on, I don't know if it was yesterday or today, a game that I do recognise that I need to watch. Does everyone remember Turrican? Turrican was a great game.
Turrican.
I
Yeah.
remember that. I need to watch that one.
Yeah, carried on, didn't it? Super Turrican's good on the Mega Drive and
Yeah.
I don't really remember. Well, I mean, right, you for example, do you get nostalgia? Right, it was funny because I've talked about this on CSR before. He asked me and Monkey Boy to go on his Spectrum live stream, right? So I thought, all right, fair enough. And I remember Spectrum. Don't get me wrong, we had one. My dad used to play it. The Luna and Horace. But it wasn't until he played the old Mega Drive games and the old Nintendo that I had more of a nostalgia for that. Even though I
Yeah,
had
I
both.
mean-
Maybe I was too young for the Spectrum.
I only get nostalgic for Spectrum. I mean, I had a Spectrum. I think it was a ZX Spectrum. I think it was a 128K. I think 128K.
Yeah, that's what
it
I
had a
had.
built-in cassette
Yeah.
player on the side of
Yeah.
it.
No, I had the one
yeah,
with
like,
the rubber keys that you had to try and
Yeah.
get a set.
oh, 48.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I had that one, but I only really get nostalgic for the games I remember, and I don't remember
Yeah.
many. I remember, I think there's maybe 3. RoboCop, I always enjoy watching RoboCop because that was one game I think everyone had. There was a game called ATV Simulator, which I used to play a lot, which is quad bikes, you know, like going all terrain.
Yep.
And then the other one was all the Dizzy. Do you remember the Dizzy franchises with the Eggman?
The egg. Yeah, the egg.
Treasure Island
Yeah.
Dizzy and Fantasy Island Dizzy or whatever. I used to
They
play
were
a lot
so
of them.
hard. So hard, those Disney
Yeah,
ones.
so I connected those, but after that, maybe Pitfall. After that, I know I'm more Mega Drive, Sega Master System.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I remember those SNES. I remember those more.
Oh, still play them. Yeah, got the Mega.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
got a
me
Mega
too,
Drive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see. There's the point, because I remember last year you were collecting your Mega Drive and you were getting the game. I don't think I would if I had one right here. I don't think I'd play it. I don't think I'm that. You know, I'd rather stick with it. Like I like FIFA. I'm a big fan of FIFA, but I'd rather play like the football game now than I would back then. Do you know what I mean?
It's not as good on a new TV, is it, Luke? You've got to play it on an old TV.
Because it sounds silly, and the picture seems better on an old tube TV. If you play it on a a LED TV now, I mean obviously because the picture's so big and it's HD, it makes the graphics look worse. If that makes sense.
A bit, you can get those mini ones now, can't you? Those mini Mega Drive, but they're like US. They've got a HDMI lead, so they look better. They look better.
But I've got I mean. Well, next to me actually, I've got an old Mega Drive which I play, and I've got an old Super Nintendo which we play, and I buy games for them, but I only get the ones I had and enjoyed as a kid. I'm not going out trying to buy loads of them, like maybe half a dozen for each that I remember playing regularly, and that's it. But I do still play with Connor every so often, but they don't look as good on a new TV.
What does the young lad think of him though? Is he like? What's this?
Well, Connor loves. I mean, he's a pretty standard 15-year-old lad. He loves a beat 'em up game. So, for example, a side scroller beat 'em up like Streets of Rage, he loves that. Because it's just straightforward. Beat up the bad guys, beat the end guy, and so he loves stuff like that. But after that, no. I mean, I remember the first time I introduced him to Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, and he was a bit like that. What's this?
Mario Kart.
And I handed him a controller, and he looked at it with the wire. He's like, what's this? So I explained that to him, and he's like, oh, I need to do this. And I said, you'd have to get up and reset it. And he went, what do you mean? I said, you have to get up and reset it on the machine. He went, how do I do it on my controller? I said, you can't do it on your controller. What? I can't reset it on my controller. Yeah, so I was like, you've got to get up, mate, and go to the machine and reset it. This is what we did back in the day. But he does love playing games like the beat 'em ups, but after that, he's not interested at all.
Streets of Rage 2. Yeah.
But I think that's just the violence is the attraction there, because he'll play Street Fighter and he'll play Mortal Kombat, but once you get outside of them, no chance. He's after mindless violence.
I was going to say hello to Rob. Rob did Keep My Collecting Life with Stuart. His interview was on this morning. I watched it. It was brilliant. Rob did.
I usually watch him on a Saturday morning. I'll watch.
Oh, he's on there, is he? I'll have to watch that. Get around to that.
But old Hanson Rob was on it this morning talking about his stuff. I love that TV show, that interview show that Stu does.
It's a brilliant series.
Yeah, it really is.
Brilliant series. Yeah, because a lot of the time it's. Sorry, Matt. Go on.
No, carry on, mate. Carry on.
I was just going to say that what I love about it is, I mean, Stu does tailor questions depending on who's on, but generally it's the same format. But I love the fact it's the same 10 questions, but you always get different answers. Obviously, it's always completely different perspective from people, but he also does tailor the questions, doesn't he? Depending on who's on. I love it. I watch one every Saturday morning when I'm at work. I love watching them. Yeah,
he finds people I've not seen before. He finds a lot of people from America.
He had some guy last week called Archer or something. I don't know who he is, but he was interesting. Do you know what I mean? He was a really good show.
Yeah.
Go figure. I'm doing a double bill today, Luke and Matt. A shabby double bill.
It's going to be streamed out. It's going to be streamed out later.
I'm so booked. It's unbelievable.
He'll be completely shattered after the lax one. He will be.
Tough at the top.
Adam at Go Figure asked me, and I think I'm on with Sergeant Slaughterhouse, it's Hazel, which is a great one. And Wilhelm Toys, and I met Wilhelm at Joel Fest. What a dead nice. So that's tonight. We 1 o'clock for you English lads. So make sure you've all had your coffees.
I'll try and catch some of it. I'll try and catch some of it. It's a bit past my bedtime, but I'll try and catch some of it.
Yeah, but I can't wait to be. They're lovely. We've had Adam on here, and I met him at Joel Fest, and he's the guy that made me the Masters of the Universe custom.
Yeah.
I've spoken to Adam a few times since he was on. Yeah, lovely guy. Yeah,
lovely
really
guy.
nice.
Yeah, really. So I'm really looking forward to that today. So let's have a look. But it's funny because I keep saying 1 o'clock for you, but it's only 8 o'clock for me because it's only 3 o'clock now. So
you're still in the afternoon. You're still afternoon in it.
Yeah. So Luke, I need to talk to you about our side. So our side, your last video you did, it our side big time. I mean, I usually watches videos and talks about nostalgia and stuff like that, but he messages me our side and says, Luke's last video, man. He said, I don't know what it was. He said, but the nostalgia that it when he got that tape recorder out and you heard that noise.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you could hear it. Obviously, I was in front of it, so once you press play, you couldn't really hear it on camera. But just that hum of it going round and the counter, you can see the counter going round, and it is brilliant. But the guy, I said on the video, the guy that because I saw it on eBay, and I was messaging the guy to say, look, can you just make, it definitely worked on it, and because I intend to use it, and he's like, yeah, but just it's not, when you put a tape in, it's not amazing playback. It'll sound a bit crackly and a bit, I said, I hope it does. I said, I want it to, because I want it to sound how I listened to it when I was a kid. So otherwise, I just put it on my stereo. I've got like a stereo. I'd put it on there. But I want it to sound, So and it's a genuine 80s player that as well, and it's in amazing condition.
Yeah, the condition was unbelievable.
Unreal. Yeah. So I'm gonna get some more. I'm gonna get some.
That's a nice little video, isn't it?
Ones, yeah. You forget how many they did. It's so good.
Teacher again. Yeah. Luke,
you're not because you're going to worry about copyright or anything with that, have you? I guess no, because it's.
That's not brought anything up on the last video, so I don't think so anyway.
No.
But this week's video, I've had a copyright hit on it though.
Yeah,
not a copyright. I put some at the end of the video that I thought I know I'll get one for that by that moment. It won't. I'm not monetized her out, so.
Yeah.
No, I've done it a few times where I'm taking the A-Team intro and stuff like that and putting on maybe when Tez made me the Shabby Geek logo that comes up, and I usually play something over that. And I think, it's only 8 seconds. That won't matter. But I've had it a few times.
Yeah, well, if it's more than 5 seconds, I think it is. Because I get away with my intro all the time. I mean, look at my intro. It is literally the Imperial March, but as long as it's not longer than 5 seconds, you get away with it. But I've put a bit at the end. It's about maybe 10 seconds, and I knew I'd get a copyright strike for it, but they don't do it really.
Well, we've got 50 people in at the moment, so we appreciate.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Everyone's saying how good Tez looks tonight. He does. He looks very handsome.
He does.
Cheers, Luke. Let's have a look. Shabby, I didn't know this was going to be a being supposed to be related.
Yeah.
He's always the first one, isn't he? He's always the first one.
Yeah. Shabby, I've got a very important picture here to share, and I think everyone who's watching needs to see this. So I've just sent you a picture, and I want you to share this. And who do you think this looks like? I mean, very. I think Luke has been. What have you been up to, Luke? I didn't know you did General Zod.
You know what? I saw that and I thought that could end up another. But yeah, I did.
Well, I think someone could just put your head on that quite easily. I think. Yeah.
You know what? Let's be honest. That picture's going to turn up in our group, innit? We're married on there.
Yeah.
You do realise what you've
if
just
our
done?
Our side will get hold of that, won't he?
Yeah, Jonathan, they'll be screenshotting that right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Zod is coming, everyone. He's here.
But I did see that. I think, that could end up in our group.
There you go. Yeah, for anyone who's early, you got that. There you go. I had to put that. I had to share.
I watched. I said it last week, and I'll say it again. I don't know what's happened with Geek Strong's videos. They've become like really good. They've become really. It's like
really good.
Really?
Because it's good before.
Don't really sound like that. I mean, you usually have like go-to videos, like you'll watch Luke and you'll watch VTR and you watch.
Yeah, I always.
He's become one of them for me. Where I'll watch it, and he's just.
He's really.
Go on, Matt.
Yeah. No, to say he's really like making an effort to go and do toy hunts every day.
I've got to watch more of Dean's stuff
because
he's brilliant.
We can't be asked.
So I mean, I loved that. I couldn't believe it.
You work all day and then go and do a toy hunt and then film it. It's good on you because just I can't. And UK, we can't do toy hunts over here. We're rubbish over here for toy hunts. We haven't got the shops like they have,
and a lot of them don't let you, do they? Security.
No, they get like Smiths get real funny and all sorts. And game don't let you do it either. They're funny. So yeah.
Thing is, it's sort of publicity for them, isn't it? Really,
it is. It is.
We're not big channels, but if you're showing stuff that they've got, what's to say someone might see that and go, "Oh, Smiths have got them. I'll go." I don't know.
Yeah. I know. We've got B&M now and Entertainer, but B&M's having a good. B&M's having a good thing at the moment with these turtles, aren't they?
Super Sevens, mine haven't got any in yet, but I think they will come. They generally, my B&M generally is about a month behind all the rest. They seem to be. They eventually turn up all this stuff, but usually a good few weeks after everyone's posting about them.
Tell you what, though, for 20 quid as well. That's more than half price. Well, I think they're about 45-55 Super 7 over here for those turtles.
Yeah.
So.
They're already on eBay for 50 quid, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, people are just going and taking the lot, aren't they?
Well, what they've started, I mean, I don't know if this is an old thing, Matt. You'll probably know better than I do. But what some of the groups I'm in now, they've started saying, rather than the scalpers do it, if one of the lads in the group goes to a B&M and they're all there, get them all and then distribute them at retail to any of the lads in the groups that need them.
Yeah,
let's do it that way. So I think a lot.
Because a lot of the groups will not let you sell them at more than what they're going for. If they're going for 20 quid.
Said if there's 10 of them, grab all 10 and then dish them out in the groups at retail. Obviously, you'd have to put a bit of postage on top, but that's standard, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're doing it. Ollie's over here. Ollie's is doing all the Black Series at the moment, and they're doing Black Series that you never saw in Target or Walmart and so forth. They're doing the archive. They're doing Han, Tarkin, the Emperor, 3PO, but they're selling them for $9.99. So every time you go in though and it's packed, that someone's been in and bought the lot and selling it at a flea market, something like that. They're flying out. They really are.
I'm frightened to pre-order anything now because I'm just so like I'm going to wait now and see what happens on what appears on Game because everything just seems to come in on Game now for Black Series and Vintage Collection is a little bit different. They seem to sell out, but Black Series.
And how are Game doing the prices they're doing though? I mean, I'm sure someone's asked this already, but how are Game doing those prices?
Buying in bulk, can't they? Buying in real big bulk.
I mean, at one point they had Ghostbusters Classics for $4.99, didn't they, and stuff? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they got the Purge Trooper in there now for $12.98, and it was 30 quid in Smiths when it first came out. And
Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Oh,
I love Dave's. I love Dave's video talking Skeletor talking about was it cleavage on video from there? It was great.
I wonder if he thinks about his intro though, what he said, because every week he's always like, "Hello, mother thinkers," or "Hello, school laughers." I wonder if he's.
What was the last one? What the last one? Something about beds. Something about beds, wasn't it? What even had about animals? Something about beds or something. I don't know. Hey, up, Stu.
Stu, we're just talking about Stu. We were saying, Stu, that you're collecting lives, man. They're a big part. I mean, I saw Jeff say it this morning. Jeff Barker said it to you on an Instagram chat and said it's becoming a staple at that interview show. So it's it's really good.
It's really good. Yeah, really
good.
Hey,
Palm State, it's Universal Studios. It's all right for someone.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah, you enjoy yourself, Matt. You enjoy yourself. Yeah. Now we've got to say a big thing to all those people in Hawaii at the moment, aren't we? I mean, we're thinking about all those people in Hawaii. It's
watching it. It's awful. 36 dead. It's the island of Maui, isn't it? So it's awful.
Never seen Hawaii like that, have we? Never. It's the first time ever. That bad. Yeah. So
my wife's been to Hawaii. It's a beautiful place. She says she loves Hawaii, Jen, but I've never been, but yeah, it's
well, a lot of people don't forget it's a state from America, isn't it? It's a part of America, and just
I think they were the last 2 states. I think it was.
Yeah.
I've gone through this through immigration. Do you know what I mean? You had to learn it all. And I know there's 50 states, and I think the last 2 was Alaska and Hawaii. I think they were the last 2. I don't know. Rolando's here. Can you hear the bells, Rolando?
Rolando.
Can I just tell you what, though, guys? Oh, sorry, Shabby. Sorry, go on.
No, I'm just saying hello to Martin. I didn't want to do.
I was just going to say before I was going to mention at the end, but I might as well do it now. Can I just give a special mention to our Stu and Connor, because the last few weeks they've been really pushing my videos on a weekend on their social medias and stuff. I know I had a bit of a whinge in the group and what have you, but they've been really pushing them in the last few weeks. So I just want to say thank you, boys. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I think they share mine. Connor does mine as well on Instagram. So yes,
what have you been having a whinge about? Because I've noticed that myself. I mean, I've been on 860, 870, and then it goes to 875, back to 870. I've never gone over that ever, and I'm talking now months.
I've kind of froze as well. It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it was. I wouldn't say it was maybe. I guess it was a whinge. But what it is, Shabby, is. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I've said before. I'm not doing this for subs. I'm not doing it for views. But my subs are creeping. It is quite literally. You know, the odd one here, the odd one there, then it drops back, then it drops down, then it goes.
So depressing.
But it's not really that. It's more views, because a few months back I was regularly getting maybe 400, 500, 600 views, pretty standard. And you think my subs were less at that point, even though maybe not a lot less, but they were less. Now my subs are a little bit more. And my views are visibly getting lower and lower and lower and lower every week. And I'm not. I mean, really, no. It's from. I think the Thundercats one for Bengali is about 380. The Tron was about 380, but then it's gone to 200, 250 maybe. The last one was 200. The masked one was 180. You know, it literally gets lower and lower and lower to the point where now I'm not even hitting 200. And
like few of them, same with me.
I don't do it for views. I don't do it for subs. But it is a bit demoralising, you know, because you put your heart and soul into these videos, and my videos aren't brilliant. I know they're not, but you put a lot of effort into them. Editing takes a bit of time, and you do take
get
time.
better and better, don't you?
When you physically see those views getting less and less and less and less every week, it's so demoralising. So it knocks the stuffing out of you a bit, you know. And I just put a bit of a whinge in the group because that's how I felt on the day. But like last week, I'm even at 200, you know.
No, I think my latest video's got 170. I mean, I was getting like maybe 300 views. I'm never really that. I mean, some have got thousands, but that's like when I've done like something. It's just weird. You just luck of the draw. One will do really well, but then the rest won't, isn't it?
Yeah, everything's shorts now, isn't it? Everything's built for
shorts. You run out of things to do for shorts. It's like, well, I've showed most of my collection. I'm not just showing them again. Yeah. So you've got to come up with new ways of doing shorts, but I just having the time, isn't it?
That was all it was.
About the demoralising thing, especially my issue is as well is getting my girls involved as well. So come in and we'll get this done then. But I'm the same as you. I'm getting about 250. That's it for views and so forth. But you know, I've been stuck about. I think it's 1,748. I've been going back to 9. Then I've been going back down to 8. Then I went to 50. Well, I think a lot of it is a lot of what's the names in there, isn't it? What they call them, bots in there that people add and they go again. Yeah. But then a lot of it is if you sub to a channel and then you don't bother watching any of their stuff, they beat you off.
Thanks,
beat you off. So you've got to watch people's videos.
Yeah. So. It's tough because I mean I think it was February last year. So we're talking not far off 18 months ago that I hit sort of about 1,300 or maybe 1,250, and I'm only on like 1,370 now. So like 70 something a year. You know.
Yeah, when
it just knocks the stuffing out of you.
I was talking to Jules Barrett, and he gets thousands of subs a day. It's just like what? It's just like what?
Yeah, I mean, Dean's put it in the chat. I know. I remember it. Chris Mewa put something on Instagram a while back now about how YouTube had changed the way it was doing things, and it just doesn't push videos, you know, the smaller channels, they make it even harder and harder and harder to find the smaller channels. And I have visibly seen that. I mean, Dean's put it in the chat, and it's just a bit demoralising.
So many more people doing it out there, and it's more the videos that people love to watch are the ones either slagging something off. Or,
well, this is it. Yeah, this is it. And I don't want to do that sort of thing. I don't want to go that way, and you know,
having an opinion on something that's not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't mind people having an opinion, but it invites hostility back as well, doesn't it? Which I just don't want. I don't want that around my channel. And you know, I've got friends and family that watch it. I've got my niece and nephews, and you know, they're kids, and they watch it, and I don't want them to see anything, you know. But it does get a bit, not just takes the wind out your sails a little bit sometimes.
It does.
It's because we take pride in our videos, regardless of how they come out. Like you said, we do the editing, we do the little bits, we do the special effects, we put the music in and all that. Like our videos, like I say, 10 minutes, but it takes days to make one. You know,
it does,
I've got better at cutting bits and snipping bits, and like if I say a word I shouldn't want to say, I can just go and I can make the sentence different now, which I like 6 months ago I was struggling to do, and now I've got it quite good. But just little things. You've got to watch your video a few times when you got to sit there and watch your own self talking, which is the horrible bit.
Yeah, it's sort of cringy. Do I sound like that?
And just know what's good and what. Oh, do I need that bit? I'll get rid of that. That's just waffling. Then
I always thought maybe in America, but you know, because like I said, in America, there's so many people that make YouTube. Am I there? What you were saying before about the smaller channels not finding it? Maybe it's because I'm in a country with 500 million people.
I think just toys in general. I think it's a hard one to crack, isn't it? We're just, you know.
Well, it is. It is. I mean, VTR Dave says all the time, because it's such a niche thing. You know, you know. I mean, how many times do you see, I don't know, reaction videos? They fly, don't they? And it's just putting loads of clips.
I hate them.
Just loads of clips of people reacting to a film trailer or a TV series or whatever, and they get thousands of views.
It's just like people got a thing with Gogglebox, and people got a fascination for people reacting to something. I just think
watching people watching TV.
You get these young girls, it's all teenagers saying, "Oh, I've never watched Predator before," and they're going to watch it, or Star Wars. They're the ones that always gets lots of people watching. Like,
the only thing is, on the flip side of that, though, I will say something I think you'll both agree with. I'd rather have the 875, I think, on that actually watch and actually loads of people that don't want to watch. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to look at it that way as well.
But I think they say in it, you look at your subscriber count, you take 10% of that. That's usually people will watch. It's usually about 10% of your subscribers, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's where it is. I think
that's what it is. That's where you're getting over 100 some views. But it's annoying, isn't it? You've got
1,400 subs.
Yeah, why aren't 1,000 people watching you? They subscribe to you, so why aren't they watching?
180 views. Yeah, so not far off. 10%,
why aren't they watching? Why are they bothered to subscribe to you? Don't subscribe to a person if you're not going to watch their videos.
Don't say that, Matt. I'll lose 90% of my subs.
We probably will. It's just.
Don't say.
I think a lot of the problem is as well that a lot of people don't get a Google account. They don't realize how they think, I don't know what to do. You've got to subscribe. You've got to get a Google account. It's not hard. It takes minutes, and then you can just subscribe, because a lot of people haven't got a Google account, so they can't subscribe to channels. I think a lot of the time that's why a lot of people watch you. You see your analytics. People watch your videos, but they're not subscribed. More than they are subscribed. You think? I think some people think you have to pay to subscribe or something.
Yeah, maybe.
But,
that was I know it was a long way around, Shabby, but just sometimes it just knocks stuffing out you a bit, I think.
Yeah, it's funny as well, because I live in the States, and I looked at my analytics about the countries that watch, and England. It's fair enough. I mean, I'm a British lad, even though I'm in the States. But the second most watched country for Shabby Geek videos is Australia. So, I'm massive down under. What can I say? You know what I mean? Then it goes America, Ireland. So
there he always gets out when he's walking around America. Are you a Kiwi? Sorry to upset any Kiwis. I think more Americans watch my channel than UK people. I think the percentage is
weird, isn't it? It goes the other way around.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
But hopefully this week's video though should do a bit better. Fingers crossed.
All right. Okay.
The subjects, the topic.
I haven't done a video. I've just been so busy.
Yeah. I know you've not done well. I know you've done one recently, haven't you? I've just watched.
Yeah, I try and do. I'm like Vintage Dave. I'll do one when I feel like it. If I don't feel like it, because you're not going to care. You don't care about it.
Well, I'll tell you what, and don't get me wrong. I mean, Vintage Dave's videos are exceptional, but that's worked for him, hasn't it? Because since he's gone to that format, he took off.
Yes, his videos are amazing. Yeah.
But his videos are great quality out there. Anyway.
They are. You need to do lessons in it. You could do some videos.
Mini Genesis with 300. Yeah, Mini Genesis. Yeah, that's their Mega Drive, isn't it?
I tried that, Adam. I tried that. I bought my kids the classic NES one for Christmas about 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I played it. He weren't interested in it at all, though.
Wow. Yeah. Because you can save the games on it, which is the advantage of those new ones. You can save your.
Oh, can you?
We never had that chance. We can't save a game, can we? We got to play the whole game. But on those new ones, you've got a little thing in there where you can save. They've got like 5 saves on it, which is an advantage. So.
Luke, I will say on behalf of me, Matt, and Tez that Jonathan's opinions are his alone, and no way from anywhere near his ESR quality.
Yeah, kind of give Jonathan a little punch from Luke on the weekends. Yeah,
it's all right. It's all out of affection, I know, Jonathan.
Yeah, we love everyone. Yeah.
The original Mega Drive. And I think going back to that, I think that's what it was for me. It was funny that because I don't really think about the Nintendo games or the Mega Drive until basically Tez played.
Get down, Shep. Get down.
The dog's barking at the cows outside. But that's what it was. It wasn't until I went on his stream and nostalgia hit me, and I never did with the Spectrum. I remember the Spectrum, and he doesn't like go, oh wow, I'd love to play Spectrum again, but them ones did.
I think some people just love retro games. You don't, Shabby. You just don't like playing them. So you like modern games. You just have to live with it.
That's what it was. But it's funny. It's like going back to what Si said about Luke's last video about the tape recorder. It's funny how things hit you other than toys, little things. Like a smell. You always smelled something. I remember going to this sounds so silly, this. But I remember going to there's like an Astro rig called Food Lion. And they have a vegetable, a fruit and veg part right there. Yeah. And there was an old, I remember being a kid, there was an old fruit and veg store on Topping Street in Blackpool, and it smelled just like that. And I'd not thought about the place since I was like 8, 9. And then I smelled, I thought, oh my, and it just took me. So it's funny, how little things bring you back.
Well, you know what? Now you've said that, Shabby, you've just reminded me of something that happened a couple of weekends ago. Obviously where I am in Bridlington, we had a Woolworths. We had for as long as I can remember when I was growing up, we had a massive Woolworths, and the toy aisle was the best in the business. Now since then that's gone and it's been changed into like I mean Matt may well know it's called a Goodwin store, so it's a bit like almost like a pound store, a dollar store for you guys. So it's just all very cheap stuff and whatever, and that's what it is now. And me and Rachel were in there a couple of weeks ago. And I was looking at like cheap DVDs and things like that. And she came and grabbed me and she went, "Oh, Luke, come and look at this." And we'd had a load of rain the week before, and they'd obviously had a leak. And they had one of these. They've got one of these false ceilings, with like the polystyrene ceiling tiles and stuff. They put a false ceiling in, and a load of it had come through. And she said, "Look at that!" And I looked up, and you could see the old Woolworths ceiling. So it had all this old pattern on it, and it had like the red coving because obviously it was red and white, wasn't it? And you could see the old lights and everything, and you could see the old shop. And I was just stood there for 10 minutes like that. And all it was a ceiling. It was just a ceiling. And I was stood there for 10 minutes thinking, that's my Woolworths. That's Woolworths. That was, and I just looked at the ceiling and the red and white detailing for about 10 minutes. And that was a ceiling. And it did it. Stood there for ages. Got nostalgic about that. Yeah.
Says you look great, says Andrew Lemire. So
hey up, Andy.
Thank you, Andy. I did say, but thank you for that laser disc, Andy.
That looked awesome.
I showed it the other week, but thanks again, Andy. That was great. Yeah, I still haven't. I've got to frame it. I'm not going to frame it, so, or buy a laser disc player.
I'll actually do that. I got your message about that. Does that mean I have to buy Ghost Recon as well on place? Do I have to buy it as well to play it with him?
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to have it. You got the game. Yeah, yeah.
Right, I'll get the game. I'll tell you what. I'll grab hold of it and then I'll what is
Well,
it?
you could just watch him playing it. I don't know if you could. What I don't go on his stream.
See, I don't know about that. It's weird that, right? Because you watch Tezzy Spectrum's live streams or TJC's nowadays. I find it hard to watch other people play games. Remember as a kid when you had your mates round and it was always you play and it was always
you want to get on. I want to play. Yeah.
I want to get on, you know. So.
A lot of people on TikTok, Shabby, that's all they do all day is play games and people watch them, and it's just they're like there's a guy at the moment playing the original Tomb Raider on PlayStation. I keep seeing him pop up. But people love it. People love watching them play.
I know Dude's Nerdy does it with that Jedi Survivor. Dude has been putting it up and watching that, and I know Chris does and Salacious does and so forth. So
it is a good game watching the old Tomb Raider. I don't mind that because it's quite a slow game and methodical. Yes, I've just stopped playing. I mean, I used to play on my PlayStation every weekend, and I would play Battlefront or Battlefield or whatever, and the wife said I've got to stop playing because it was getting too addictive, and I was spending all my Sunday on it.
I'll only play. I've got the PlayStation 4 down there, and obviously our Jude's got the PlayStation 5, and he got Jedi Survivor. We got it off Travis. Remember, Luke Travis got us Jedi Survivor, and I played it a few times. But I'm not one to sit down and game, or I can't my PlayStation. So
I'm not a gamer.
Only having one TV in the house, I couldn't go up to my room and I didn't have another TV, so we only had the one TV. We've never bothered. We never bothered having a TV in the bedrooms or anything. That's my wife hates that, so she refused to have TVs. So you got to do it when I could, and Sunday was my day to play on it. But the language, you know what I swear like. So the language that come out of my mouth. My wife said, "You're not doing this anymore. Your language is just terrible."
Yeah,
you'll just get so angry. And I've got a coffee. The coffee table's got dents in it where I've hit the controller, and I destroyed 3 PlayStation 4 controllers just by going like that. I just twisted them and snapped them in half. I got that angry.
Wow.
And I went, right, I've got to stop playing. So I just stopped.
Connor gets like that. He plays these racing games, and you'll hear him like growl and get really angry if you get stuck or something, and then you'll hear a bang, and you'll go in and go, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, just punch the wall, sorry," because he got done on his game, and you're like, "Mate, look, once it's getting to that level, we need to think about this." So I've not updated my PlayStation Network thing. I'm not paid for it, so I can't go online. I've stopped it, so I just can't do it.
Rolando says, "Shabby Geek twice in one day." That's what she said. Yeah, but she's not said that in years.
So that's the advantage of playing on the Mega Drive now. You can only play the game you got, and you can't swear at it as much, can you? Because it's you playing it against anyone else. Yeah. So that's the advantage.
Whatever you do, Matt, don't use self-polite.
Glad you liked it.
No, I've just got a new telly like a couple of months ago. I'm not throwing anything like that. So
there'll be more coming, Connor. By the way, gonna get some more of them. Hey, up, Jace.
Not bad, Al Jace. What you want to see? Haunted? Oh, is that haunted house thing?
I think, Luke. I think you should get like a rocking chair and maybe a nice pullover or something, and like, fire. A little fire there.
A little tartan blanket.
I love it. And you could just sit there and read.
Yeah. Do the stories. I didn't say it at the time. I maybe should have done, but I preferred to get the physical one anyway. But you can listen to them comic stories on YouTube. They do them and they narrate them. Yeah.
Oh, right.
But I would recommend you buy them the tape. But
because a lot of people narrate comics, don't they? The Star Wars comics. You can start to combine.
If you don't have the cassette tapes, but you've got the comic, you can get them on YouTube.
Yeah. Trade,
So Adam's got the right idea. He traded the artist who does his theme song for Playmate's Mr. Sky figure. There you go. So that's what you should do, Luke. From now on, get hold of Lucas and said, "I'll give you a Masters of the Origins figure." You know what I mean? Use it all. G-Force here.
G-Force.
Awesome. Let's have a look. Trying to get. Oh, here we go.
So right. I can just see the Matrix. Can anyone read that?
He says, "Greetings from headquarters."
Salacious, learn to type properly.
So Salacious, we could talk about him for a minute. He's doing his streaming, the 12-hour stream on the 26th of August. That'll be good. So we're all going to come on and so forth. So that'd be awesome. So
I'll wait for that. Yeah, definitely.
ruler of Australia. Yeah, no, it's funny that though. I never look at. I don't know about YouTube. I never really look at analytics and stuff like that.
Never do.
I used to, and I've just stopped. Yeah,
never do. I don't understand half of it anyway.
You get these YouTubers that say, "Look at your analytics," and these people that say, "How to get more views." You're like, "What's that? Look at this one." Guess who? That's a brilliant one. I played that the other day with my friend's son. Yeah, guess who? Have you got Lord Zod? Oh yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
I think he's got to look quite fetching in that, Luke.
You know what? I could probably do that, couldn't I? Yeah.
Neil
before that. That sounds awful, that, doesn't it? It sounds like I was saying, "Oh well, King Strong's videos were shy, but now they're all
they're all right. They're all right."
It was just the way you said it. It was like,
they're really
King
good.
Strong's videos are really good now, aren't they?
Yeah, they used to be absolute rubbish before.
I thought they've always been good, Shabby. I thought they've always been great.
And you know what I mean? But we were talking about we were talking about other people's videos, or you see, we've all done it. You see our videos from the start and what they look like now.
God, yeah.
So I would say it was progression.
Sorry, jumping in, but Dino puts him on the video, thumbnail now. I find a lot of people do that. They put themselves on the thumbnail, reacting or doing this or going, or whatever. And I have thought about, should I put myself on the, because I don't, and I think I wonder should I do that, because I think it might help slightly. So, but
no, we know what you meant, Shabby. It's just it came out.
Yeah.
We get influenced, don't we? And we pick up tips and editing and things like that. I mean, look, you look at all of our early videos compared to our videos now, they're massively different, aren't they? Because we pick things up and we pick different styles up and we start adding things that we've
got personality now, haven't we? We've got personality now, I think.
Yeah, and you're a bit more comfortable and relaxed on screen, or
I think
those ideas off everyone. It's great.
I think that's it. At the start, you don't know anybody. You don't know who's going to watch. You're nervous. You know what I mean? You've opened yourself up to everybody to see. And I think that's what it is. But you're right, Luke. I think it's more confidence with the people you meet in the community and that kind of thing. That, when you look at your comments, and it's like, I'll look back at a video I made 2 years ago, and the same people that watch me now watch me back then. And that means a lot to me, that sort of not the loyalty, not like anything like that, but that people are, that support you and watch your videos and that kind of
we all have a nucleus of loyal sort of viewers and subscribers, but I've got I love watching people's videos and seeing what I can nick off them. Yeah,
what idea? Oh, it makes you want to. But I always think, I don't mind collecting that now. Or yes, I'll look at that on eBay. What's that? Oh, look, yeah.
Look at that. Dino's last video reminded me of his ESR live stream. It was full of Muppets. I'll tell you what, Kieran, charming.
Yeah, he found all those comic Boba Fett's, didn't he, on his last? It's just like all of them stacked there. And you're like, you can't get them for love the money over here. So I still haven't picked them out. I'm not that bothered about them. I like to get one of them.
It's better looking. Yeah. There's a question for Luke. What do you like best?
Ranges or hills? Ask Jonathan, Peter. Ask Jonathan.
Giving it me. I tell you. Sorry,
Luke. Next time anyone drops out, don't ask me, will you?
Adam. Good evening.
He's a good looking lad. I've got to admit, he's handsome bloke, Adam.
He knows it though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, I suppose if you look like that, I suppose you would. But is he Scott Crusher looking? I don't know. That Scott Crusher's a very handsome man.
I think that's very different. I mean, throw our Josh in there as well. That'd be a tough one, wouldn't it?
I will be honest though, if I was ever single, the two lads I'd want to go out with would be even Scott Crusher. You'd have a time of your life, wouldn't you? So,
what? You going with them both, are you, Shabby? Floozy.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit worried now.
No, he's a top lad. He's Adam. I speak to him a lot. He's a top lad. Get on with
he's a Spurs lad like you. He's a Spurs boy.
We've had a good chat today. Would you believe? Yeah. We had a lot to talk about today.
Yo.
That's one thing I miss when all you guys talk about football and talk the talk, and I ain't got a fucking clue what you're saying. I ain't got a clue what people say. Sorry,
wait a minute, Matthew, did you just swear?
I did just swear. That's how it infuriates me that I just have no love for it, and everyone else sits there. I'm the one who's always stands around and you've got about 8 or 9 people going about, oh yeah, just see how we kick that ball like over there, and you're like, oh, and you're like, what?
Tell you what, I just sort of glanced down there, Shabby. Did you see that?
Greg's kicking a ball. It's not that interesting, but then
you see before he swore, then Shabby, you just checked to see whose channel we're on. Did you see that?
Yeah. I know it's not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, last week we were on my channel and we had all the words under those words that Transformer words, and then what else was that? Yeah. So yeah, and Tez was going 5 to a dozen, so it doesn't really matter, does it? So, yeah. Oh, he's monetized now, but Shabby's monetized now, isn't he, as well?
Yeah. I've got to get all that.
I apologise to anyone I swear, but you know.
Don't be daft. Don't be daft.
Apologise. Just a bit of That's my feelings on football.
Everyone's here. 56, 57 people, man. You are awesome.
They all come for you, Shabby. They've all come to listen to you.
Chance. All come for Reynolds. That's what it is.
Give over.
They weren't expecting Reynolds on.
Yeah, they didn't know.
They thought they were going to get Tez.
No, I would definitely say I've never been like that with with what is it? I'm a sort of person, me, that when people do, it's like I'm going back to the subs and so forth. I get dead proud, me. Especially the lads I've got. I've never had a bit of jealousy, like, well, why is Matt and Luke on that and I'm not? I've never had that. I've always I've talked to our side about this many a time, and I've always said it makes me feel proud, because we've all more or less started together. And so when we all come up, and then when you see Stu and you see Baz just hit 600, and I like that a lot. I've never had any animosity between the people in our community doing that.
I think I can say me and Luke probably have pushed ourselves to do a video every week, and I've got to that point now where it's wearing on me now, doing a video every week. So
it is tough. It is tough.
It is tough, and I think we've got past that threshold of 1,000 now. We've kind of some people either really that pushes them to carry on, and some people are like, oh, I've done it now. I've got to that 1,000.
Yeah, well, we're currently in summer holidays here, and Rachel and Connor. Rachel's off work, Connor's off school. So usually through the summer, I stop for 6 weeks because usually on a Friday, I'm lucky that I don't work Fridays. So I've usually got an empty house on a Friday, which is when I do my filming. So I do all my raw footage on a Friday while I've got a quiet house, and then I'll just edit. I mean, luckily because I can edit on my phone, I just sit on a night and Rachel said I do a bit of editing or whatever. But I usually stop over the 6 weeks holiday because I don't think it's fair I spend a chunk of my day filming on a Friday when they're here, and But I managed to get myself a few in front before the holidays hit. So I've kept going so far. I've got one for this week. I should have one for next week. So I might have 2 weeks where a video doesn't drop at the end of the holidays. But I've tried to get in front, so I'm still going at the moment. But it is going. It is.
Do a piece of paper and try and fit. I've got 2 videos lined up. I've got another custom video with a robot, which I'm going to do. Yeah. So I've already bought something and I'm going to do it up. And I've got another one in the plan. But I just ask you a question. When you're filming, you say you've got to have an empty house. Do you find it really hard to do a video if your wife's just in the other room? And I can't talk.
I get distracted.
I can't talk to the camera. I can't do it. I've got to have. She's either got to be out of the house doing the garden, and I can come up and do it. I can't have her in the other room listening to me.
I feel I need an empty house to be able to concentrate properly and film properly. And if I can hear things going on behind me or outside the room, or I struggle. I need an empty house.
Upstairs, and I can hear the TV, and I'm like, well, that can pick that up. I've got to go down, turn it down. And she's like, why are you turning the TV down, Bob? Because I'm trying to.
I think what I struggle with as well is if I hear somebody walk past the room, I think when I'm talking, I hesitate because I think, are they going to come in? I think I'm waiting for someone to come in and interrupt or knock or. I feel I've got to film with an empty house.
My problem is the dogs for me, because I'll make a video and all of a sudden the dog will start barking.
I've got to do that again.
I've got to do it all again. But Penny just said nicely. I don't get the dog. I like longer content to watch, so keep it up. You know what, Kenny? That's a really nice thing to say, because a lot of people have said that to me. You know, the thing is, it's easy to sit here and moan about subs and this and that, but I don't really put the effort in like I should, to tell you the truth. And I'm very, very lucky to have the support, like yourselves have, of the people that watch us. At least it's not, you know, at least we're not getting like 10 views and that kind of thing. I think if you push it, you'll do harder, but it's things like that. What you said, I don't like coming out of my comfort zone. So in other words, a short to me is not what I do. I'd rather, you know.
Yeah. They say your first 100 videos, no one really watches them, don't they? They say that's what it is. Yeah, the people that do this.
But sorry, Matt. I thought you finished. Sorry.
No, you're never going to get, you know, until over your first 100 videos, because then you've got to build up. You've got some content on your channel. So
it is tough. I mean, you know, my videos are very, very samey. It's usually hands in camera showing something. You know, I do my intros like I do every week, hands in camera. However, I am planning on a video, a style that I haven't done before, and it was on the recommendation. Actually, I don't think he's in the chat. I've not seen him, but Tim Boss Bounty contacted me, and we had a chat when I put something in the group, and he's suggested something that I'm going to try and do. I think it'd be really, even if it doesn't, you know, get a ton of views, which I don't think it will, but it's something that I'm going to give a go. It's the first video I've ever going to do where there'll be a bit of a script to it, and I'm going to try and do a script and try and read it naturally and try and you know. I don't know how it's going to work. Because I don't script anything. I just freeball it.
I do. So I tried scripted. Yeah,
but it's a different type of video that I normally do as well. So I'm going to try something different and try and do a bit of scripting and just see how it works. But I also think I forget that I'm very limited to what I'm capable of producing, because again, I've got to do everything on my phone. I have no editing suites on a laptop or a computer. I've got no fancy audio equipment, no lighting. You know, I've got a couple of spotlights, so I'm very limited to what I can do. While people are doing certain things, I can't do that.
Massive cameras and all sorts.
So I have to accept that my videos are probably about as good as they're ever going to get. You know, so I've got to try and maybe lay off myself a little bit in that sense. You know, I'm not lucky enough to have a room where I can have big cameras set up and all that kind of thing.
Is that one thing that really grips me when I'm huffing is wires everywhere. Wires, moving everything and rearranging everything to do one little bit, and then moving everything again to do another little bit.
Yeah. Well, what I find awkward that is the way I film. You see, I've got to have my phone virtually right in front of me. Yeah. So I'm trying to look around at what I'm handling, trying to look around my phone, because it's got to be right there to film it head on.
Shabby doesn't know what that's like because he has someone to hold the camera for him.
So I'm trying to look around what I'm doing, and the amount of times I think I'm done, and I reach out to grab what's on the table, and I whack the camera stand, and it wobbles, or I say,
I know, You know, when you're filming that figure in front of you, and you can knock the tripod.
You know, it's so annoying, and I won't leave it. It shakes for a second.
Why should have had a child?
And I think I can just leave that in. It don't matter, but I won't. And half the time I do it all again. Oh, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you should say that about Tim. I've got to give Boss Bounty credit, man. He's the first to give you advice. He's the first to reach out to you if he could help you and say, try this, Shabby.
He's all helped us out very much. He's all given us a bit of time on his channel and stuff. So.
And he's always really sort of sensitive about it as well. I mean, he reached out to me and said, look, I'm not trying to be, he said, I'm not trying to be sort of the big guy on campus kind of, he said, but I'm happy to give you a couple of pointers if you want them. I was like, well, yeah. I mean, he does similar sort of thing. He works with computers as a day job, doesn't he? And obviously look at his channel and look what,
he's got a good website as well.
Website helps. But bless him. Yeah, bless him. Message and said, I don't want to sort of be too forward, mate, and give you advice if you don't want it. I'm like, no, go ahead. And he gave me a few suggestions, and one of them I thought, that's brilliant. I'm going to try that. I mean, it's out my comfort zone. I don't know how it'll come off, but I'm going to give it a go. It might drop in about maybe a month or so. But always happy to take advice off anybody. You know,
I tried the scripted thing, and I just can't do it. I've tried.
Well, it might not work for me, but
it sounds it sounds like I'm talking like a robot. And
the way I see it, the way I see me doing it, Matt, even though it will be scripted, I say scripted, it'll be loose.
You have big letters, like just main bullet points. Yeah,
but I think the way I'm going to do it, and I think Michael French does it a similar way. And not that I'm comparing my videos to his, of course. But when he does the videos where he's focused like a feature video, and he'll show, obviously there'll be pictures on the screen of maybe what he's talking about, or clips will come up, and I think he only memorizes the bits where he appears back on screen and he says something, and then he goes off again. Because when you think about it, even if it's scripted, once something else is on the screen, you can be sat there reading it off the paper if you want to.
Oh,
so
yeah, if
it's
you're
not
not
like you've got to submit it to memory. You know, the only bits I believe he submits to memory is when he's on screen. But then it cuts away again, and then you can read off a paper if you want to. So in my head, that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to write down what. And the only time you'll see me saying something that I've had to memorize is when I'm on screen. The rest of it, I should be able to read, because it won't be me that you see.
That's my nightmare, Luke, because I get too excited, me. I'm like a kid when it comes to toys and stuff. So I'll watch my videos back, and the amount of words I've said wrong. Do you know what I mean?
I've done it. Yeah.
I'll just keep it in. It's a shabbyism in it. So.
Well, let's be right. One of my biggest, and I cringe all the time. One of my biggest flaws is the amount of times I repeat and ramble on and go on about the same thing for about a minute. And even I watch it back and I go, for God's sake, Luke, get on with it. You know. But when you're going and you're talking, you don't realise you're repeating yourself, do you?
Yeah, I've learned now to stop that. That's one thing I've cut out, me repeating the same thing. I say it once and then I say it again.
I do it all
the time. I've learned to remove it, to cut it out now. Just say it once. If I repeat myself more than twice, I cut it out.
The worst thing for me is so, blah, blah, blah. So, and then
I say okay a lot. I go, okay, let's...
it's always, do you know what I mean? I always say, do you know what I mean? And then I always say, and so forth. Jen... So, or every time I say something to Jen, she always says, and so forth, because I say it all the time. Do you know what I mean? So, and so forth. I mean,
Paul's collections. Yeah, I just say hello, Paul. I just say like Saturday. Hello, Paul.
That's a good way of looking at it too, G-Force.
He's done his Tuscan Raiders the other day. He's done his Tuscan Raiders.
3% of engagement.
I didn't think much of those TVC Tuscan Raiders in the box set. I don't know if anyone else has looked. I just didn't like them. I don't know what it is. It's the cloth on them. It just looks too big on them. I just didn't like them.
Figures. Even on the Black City, sometimes
they do it for me. I was like, no, they look too. The stuff looks too big on them, and I don't know.
Hey up, Paul.
Oh, and we've got Leslie might as well announce all Paul's collectibles. He's coming back with these breakdowns, isn't he?
We've got Ahsoka coming. I wonder if who's going to be on with him? We don't know yet, do we?
Well, the thing about Paul's collectibles is through all the shows, it's always been the Lucasfilm Star Wars show and then Paul's breakdown. And I've missed it over the last one, the Obi-Wan Kenobi one. He didn't do it with, did he? And I was like, oh man! So having back doing Ahsoka, that's going to be awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah. I wonder who's going to get on. Ooh.
Yeah, that's going to be brilliant. I can't wait for that. It was always nice on a Thursday. Do you know what I mean? Bailey and Christian and Josh and. Do you know what I mean? It was awesome. It was a great show. I'm really glad that's coming back. So I'll probably be doing it on the Thursday because it was always the day after, wasn't it? So if he does it again on a Thursday, I would definitely all there. So that'll be awesome. But it's nice to see you, Paul. Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? It is funny.
Weird, yeah.
I've never looked at analytics on Instagram. I've never actually looked at the.
I did pretty good.
I never have.
You've got to look on a PC for that, I guess, have you? So, yeah.
Adam's Instagram page is immaculate, though. Have you ever seen it? Just always got it all laid out. It's absolutely
he's spinning turntable with a figure or whatever. Yeah,
but he has it all in like 3 G.I. Joes, so they're all in a row. Then 3 Star Wars that they're all in a row. It looks immaculate.
Yeah.
Shabby's big down under now there as well. I didn't like to say, do you know what I mean? Luke is the machine with his weekly videos, yeah. It was funny, I watched...
Is anyone on here not subbed to any of us? Make sure you are. That's what I was saying.
It's funny, I just watched Steve-O collecting stars. I've been to church, I've watched Reynolds Reviews. Yeah.
Did he see something about he bought something from Russia or something? Was that...
Yeah,
I saw it. Oh, right, yeah. He's got some, yeah.
Steve-O's videos are awesome. Steve-O does some great stuff.
Super positive, aren't they? So positive. Yeah. Can't be in a bad mood when you watch Steve-O's videos.
No, he's always happy.
So I think Gerard's going to Dublin Con tomorrow. I think
he would be happy because the amount of conventions he goes to, goes to one nearly every week.
Yeah. Sometimes our family members where he lives and Scuba Pete. It's like Scuba Pete's at PowerCon now. I'm like, do you have to write your address on your hand so you know where to get home? Do you know, they're always away, aren't they? They're always going.
Yeah.
Contra. What's Contra? I don't even know what Contra is.
We're lucky we get like two or three toy fairs a week, a year. Like, we get NEC and then we get Sandown. That's about it. We get 2. My mate Jules would like one every month.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, a toy for every month. Right? There's nothing around here, so we have to travel.
Well, that's the thing, though. But the problem here is how big this country is. It's like the only reason we went to Jova, to be honest, is because it's 4 hours away. It sounds like a lot, but 4 hours is round the corner for me and G-Force. You know what I mean? You know,
Kenny's on me on the football. I think Kenny's in me with the football. Thank you, Kenny. Yeah.
Repeat.
Yeah, I think I've got a few friends that. Yeah. Oh. Hey. Oh, Kenny, I hope you like ladies tennis, Kenny. Ladies tennis, Kenny. Hope you like that. So, yeah.
There we go. Jeez, am I that far behind? Ghost Recon is free on PlayStation Plus, Shabby. Right.
There you go. Download it. Download it. Poop my pants. Smelly. Well, I was doing a lot of swearing today. Actually, was trying to.
Can't see.
Hang on,
it's a rainbow-coloured TIE fighter.
Ooh,
pilot.
Look at that! Very nice. Is that an Adidas T-shirt by any chance?
No,
Adidas.
It's. I can't. I always. It's a. Yeah, I can't remember the brand. They make tennis gear. Would you believe? I can. Yeah, I can never remember the brand. See if I can.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can get it.
What's this one? Oh, I got this one printed myself.
Yeah, it's like UT's the label. It says UT. That's the sort of logo, but it's a particular brand. I'm sure they do tennis gear. But yeah. Let's
have a look at yours. Your T-shirt.
Oh, sorry. That's just my one. That's my one. So if you want any of my merch, it's on my channel.
That looked like one of them old audition videos for a dating site.
I'm skinny now. Look at that. Look, there's nothing to me now. Look at that.
He's dropping weight.
I know. I'm under 14 stone now. Oh, down. Oh, hello.
Good old
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Go.
Man in Black.
Black forever. Yeah.
I always get one. We always get Lucy one too. So Lucy goes to school with Johnny Cash T-shirts. You know.
What's that? I was looking at the other day. There was Star Wars on T-shirts, and they're called Star Wars re-engineered, something, and they're Japanese writing all down them and stuff.
Yeah,
I think a lot of them. Oh, I don't have
a good way of doing it, Dave. Yeah, good way of doing it.
Yeah, in a small spin.
Give me some of those.
Oh, there's so much love on this channel.
My followers are 35 to 55.
Thank you, everyone.
Well, of course they are, Adam. You're a good-looking boy.
Yeah.
Look at that. G-Force 2 again from 700. Yeah, 3 subs in the last 6 months.
Mad.
He just buys everything. G-Force is like 1,000 Ghosts just buys everything, isn't it? They just buy everything. They collect everything.
Chris has got.
I can't collect everything. It's just crazy. They just collect everything.
Bonkers how much stuff.
I can't do that. I just can't do it anymore. Yeah.
But I've got to admit though, at the moment, lads, I can't think of another line that I'm looking. Do you know what I mean? Tempted by. I feel I've probably gone about as far as I can with different lines now. There isn't another line out there that I'm tempted by.
You're not going to buy the new Turtle stuff. You're not interested in that at all.
The Super 7 stuff.
No, these 10 the new film stuff that's coming out.
No, not fussed about that.
No.
So this new video.
You know, I can't stand it though. I don't know about you two. I can't stand a dirty toilet. That's why I'm over here now. It's all spots.
Yeah, my room's always tidy. It's the tidiest room in the. Always tidy.
Well, mine's pretty tidy at the moment. Only because I've got nothing coming in. I mean, like I've not bought anything for a while. Just one thing or another. But I've got this corner down here has always got stuff stacked in it, and it's got a few bits now. It's never clear.
Oh, this has had a bit of a change around. I've had a bit of a move around, and yeah. So, got making a slot. I've got some slots made for helmets. Because I got Bo-Katan's helmet coming on my birthday. She bought that back in that March or something.
What it down to like 40 quid or 50 quid?
On Amazon. Amazon, I said buy it, and I've 6 months of still hanging out. So,
Listen to that, Daniel Carr. I'm only entertaining. Oh well, see you next week. All right, cheers, Dan.
Yeah, cheers, Daniel.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I got myself the McFarlane Batmobile, which I'm going to respray. That's sitting in a box. I can't have to my birthday, so I can't wait to repaint.
Is that the one with the grey roof?
Yeah, I'm going to repaint the whole car. Yeah, so
right.
Plan to. Yeah. I know. I'm not even with a wife. I can't perform. I've got to do it on my own. Yeah, I know.
You ever done that yourself? Or you see something, you click on it, and then you realise, should I have read that before I click on it? You know what I mean? So, you muppet. So, interrupting real life. Yeah, that's true too. It's like, well, I think we've all got the right sort of circumstance for that. We make them when we can, and we make them when we've got, like, Luke, you've set yourself a time and a date to know when your video comes.
Always film on a Friday, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. We can't. Friday is finished work, whatever, and then do this. Get ready to do this, and then maybe I do one on Saturday. I've put a few videos out in a week.
I like him. I met him at Joe Fest too. He's a really nice bloke. He's the fellow that.
Yeah, Toy Federation. Yeah, I started watching him. He's got a great shop now, anyway. He's just opened.
Yeah. I've just started watching that. Yeah,
the channel's just gone.
Yeah, exploded.
If you ever come over here, we'll go because it's the next state, South Carolina. There still.
Oh, it's the next state.
Wow,
it's only a couple hours away.
Yeah. So it's about 2 hours, I'd say, for me and G-Force. That's it. So, but the other thing is that, do you ever watch Geek Dad Live?
Yeah, watched him. I've gone off a little bit now, but I used to watch him.
I'm not sure I know that one.
Well, the guy called John who does the live. He's just opened a store here, about 10 minutes away. That's it. So in Sanford, North Carolina. So
they do mostly Mattel, don't they? They talk about Mattel and Ghostbusters and stuff and He-Man.
Massive Universe. Yeah, so that's why I like it.
Yeah.
Luke, your videos are great.
Cheers, Des.
Yeah, I remember because they had Michael on, didn't they? When they had that massive hoo-ha with that other. What's the other idiot? I won't talk about the other guy. I forgot his name now.
I know. I'm not going to say his name, but I know exactly.
Yeah. They had them on the channel together, facing off, didn't they? That was yeah. I think they're not talking now. So, yeah.
Oh, I don't know who's talking about there. Is our Stu? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's in North Carolina. Well, no, the Toy Federation one, South Carolina. The one, the Geek Dad Live one, the guy who's on it is on North Carolina. So yeah, just trying to
get your north and south right, everyone. Get your north and south right. Yeah.
Get your north, yes, different states.
Yeah. North by South, whatever that TV series used to be.
Cheers, Jess.
Brilliant. Oh, they're all liking your videos, Luke.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not fishing for compliments. Just saying. Sometimes you get a bit. But thank you, everybody. Yeah, I do.
It's nice though that things like that. They appreciate it because it's always that like a dodgy comment, and it's a shame that you have to aim towards that one when you get 60 comments that are awesome. You know what I mean? So I understand what you mean there.
You get that comment, and then every time you get another one, you learn just to ignore it, or you delete it before you even reread it. And just go. Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think I only had a few nasty comments and just laughed. Went, oh, thanks very much. Thank you. Just like, I put the bell and the end comment, and American guys go, what does that mean?
Yeah. I only had one.
You guys know what it means. So,
I had one, but Luke took him to the cleaners.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
The thing is, and I've said this. I mean, it happened to Monkey Boy not too long ago. And you know what, Shabby? I understand. You read these things, and I think, ignore it, and then I think, no, but you know, these are our pals. These are, you know, we're almost like a family. So in my head, if you attack one of us, you attack all of us. And I don't like, you know, and I just don't think you should. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to get into a 10-20 message back and forth, but just this is how it is. So either move on or shut up. You know, it's kind of how I feel. But
I just find it funny that I mean, listen, we're all different. I know people's, you know, attitudes and stuff are different, but we are toy channels, you know. I don't think me, you, or Matt have ever made a video that's not toy. And if it is, it's something to do with it, like a burger challenge or this challenge and that challenge.
I did my tank video the other week.
That was
awesome. I loved it.
How weird you say that though, Shabby? How weird you say that, because not this Sunday, next Sunday. Bear that in mind when you watch my video.
You're cooking, Luke. Are you cooking?
No, it was an on-spec video that came on Wednesday, completely out of the blue and unplanned. And it was something that I'd never considered. And then it sort of just came about. And yeah, so bear that in mind next Sunday, not this one coming, one after.
Do you know what? I had some really weird comments about that tank video. I was just going to say, some guy said to me, did you get special access to that museum because you were filming all the tanks and there was no one else standing around them? And I went, no, I just cut the video very well to make sure when people walked in, it was not. I did go in at first when the museum opened, so I got there. I went to the very far end of the museum, and then started backwards. And
that's a good idea.
So I filmed a lot of the tanks when it was quiet, but I did like good cutting as well. People would just walk in.
Should have said, well, don't you know who I am? They shut it down for me. They closed it for the day.
I should have kept it in. I should have kept it in. You know, I was in the trench bit and I'm walking through the trench, right?
Yeah.
I'm walking through the trench, right? My stepdad's got a mobilities kit because he's quite ill. And you're walking on, you see this trench, you see me filming it, walk on, and then you see my stepdad go, and his mobility scooter. And I went, oh, he's just fucking ruined. Oh, I just want to go. He's just ruined that. And I'm like, oh, he's getting cut out.
Oh, brilliant.
Just creeping along.
Waving to the camera.
Yeah, he just ruined the effect. I was like,
Chris Dicey's having comments from post production. Yeah, you're right. Oh, DVD Jaws 3 and 4. I don't mind them all. The fourth one's a bit of a campy one, isn't it? But it's all right.
Oh, 1 and 2, yeah. 2's a little bit.
I think 1 and 2 are great, but after that, they're a bit. That 3D one, or what was meant to be 3D, was it? That was it.
Yeah, 2.
Which is the one with the underwater place. That's a bit ropey. It with Dennis Quaid. That's ropey. That's ropey. That one.
Yeah, so Kenny says it's fine you repeat your words in videos. As viewers, we just take a shot. I bet you're hammered after Man and Luke's video.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, even I watch them back and I just think, shut up. I'm watching myself. Yeah.
They've got a thing of repeating yourself. I think it feels more minutes, doesn't it? More minutes.
But that's not what it is, though, man. I just go and I like to see you start talking and I watch them back and I'm like, God, I've said that like 4 times in the same sentence.
I think we all speak the same, though. We're talking about toys, so we just understand. That's why we watch, isn't it? So
maybe we have a different thing though as well, because regardless of whether I like the person who's making the YouTube video or not, I would never dislike a video. Now, this is just my opinion. I'll never leave a nasty comment because I know how hard it is to do these. It's hard work.
Well, I think that's the difference. You know, we respect that. We know how difficult it is. So you see a mistake in a video. Why would you then finish a 10-minute video? You see one mistake. Why would I focus on the mistake in my comment?
Yeah.
You know why? But again, I mean, a lot of people they're not bothered, are they?
Some of the fellas in our community are so nice. It's like when I'm not going to say any names, but when you see a comment in somebody's video, you're like, "Oh, this person, he's awesome." I don't get it. I just don't get it at all. But it's what it is. Right, so our guest has shown up. So it'll be nice to see our guest on. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, on making his ZSR debut. No less. What is this thing?
Sorry, I'm late, guys. I literally just got home. I literally hopped out of the car from work and hopped right on.
Sorry,
I was telling Matt before because I messaged you and you went, "Oh yeah, Shabby, I'll let you know." And I didn't hear anything. I thought, what's going on? I messaged you this morning. I was like your dad when you were late coming home from a party. Where are you? Do you want to know what I mean?
So I work all over the state, so sometimes I'm hours away, so I don't know necessarily where I'm gonna be. So it just depends. So that's why I was I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it, but luckily I was able to get home in time.
Don't want anyone rushing. Yeah, don't want breaking the speed limit or anything just to get out. Because we're in a weird time where I guess because us, it's the afternoon for you, but it's the evening now for us, so it's always hard.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
So, Waze, obviously, you know Matt, 020. This is Luke from Reynolds Reviews, right next to you.
How you doing, Matt? Yeah, good to meet you. I've just subbed to you tonight, actually. I've just subbed to your channel.
And this is my first time seeing Shabby on camera, being on the same stream, I think. Right? Or no, I think maybe I did jump on for your birthday stream. I think that was the last one. Yeah.
Oh, well, no, we appreciate you coming on. Well, ZSR and all the lads in the chat as well. We're very welcoming to everybody, and we see, and obviously I've seen you in Brian's and the Culture Cast, and we've seen you on the stream before. But we're not people that keep a small cliquey community. We want to get to know everybody. That's why I always said, it'd be nice for some of these lads to get to know you and who you are. So just tell the lads basically what you do for your YouTube, what you collect, and so forth.
So I started Ways of the Sith about a year ago. So now, so I do reviews. I mainly collect Star Wars Black Series. That's like my bread and butter. But I do G.I. Joe Classifieds. I do like the retro carded Marvel Legends. So I like to keep them on card and display them. Currently, all of my stuff is packed. I'm moving in like 2.5 weeks. So literally, it's been heartbreaking just like taking everything down and puting it away. and all this new stuff showed up in the past week. So I literally have just been like opening it, reviewing it, putting it back in the box.
Oh, no way.
It's a nightmare moving. I did it 3 times in about a space of 18 months because we found a place bigger, then we found another place bigger, and I thought, oh yeah, well. But I tell you what, it's not until you pack all your stuff up, you get to a new place and you're like, oh no, how much stuff have I got? You know what I mean? It's weird when you look at all the stuff you have.
Especially if you're a loose collector, you're okay because you can put more in a box. But if you're a carded box collector, it just takes
exactly.
So I originally started off as an inbox collector, and everything was mint in box, mint on card. And then what happened was I eventually got out of space. So it just finally started opening stuff and then reviewing it, and then that's kind of how I started the YouTube channel. Was just kind of meeting everybody in the community and just kind of talking with lads and doing different shows and stuff like that.
Do you keep the boxes or throw them away?
I do keep all the boxes. So currently, my buddy was making fun of me actually because I have about 4 garbage bags, like contractor size garbage bags, that are literally just filled with empty boxes right now. Because I had them all displayed on like a shelf, just keeping the murals for Black Series and stuff like that. Yeah, sure. And I literally like loaded up 4 trash bags of just empty boxes, and I told my buddy, I was like, when I die, this is your responsibility to put all these back in boxes and sell them all.
I just see people on videos now tearing them up, and then putting them in the bin. Like, just be free. And like, no.
No, I can only do that if I have like duplicates.
I've tried that with my missus. So like, you have that conversation, don't you? When I go and everything, my missus doesn't care. She said, "I'll give the lot away. I don't care."
She did a garage sale, wouldn't she, Shabby? I guess. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not married and I don't have any kids, so it's basically just my best friend and who's a collector as well, and then his daughter who he just had. So she's about to be 2 years old, but she's like incredible. I bought her the Tales of the Jedi, the Jedi Adventures lightsaber that just came out. Yeah. And she's already like doing the woo with the lightsaber. I was so proud. I was so happy. So I'm leaving everything to her when I go, and it's up to them to deal with it.
I don't think my kids always. I've got 4 children, and I think when they get older, they'll keep some of it. I think one of them will go, no, that remind me of my dad, and I'll do all that sort of stuff. But my wife, no chance. No.
especially your daughter who does the videos with you. I always tell you all the time, I love when you guys do that because it's such a cool thing to see. You know what I mean? Like you guys enjoying the same thing, and it's just it's cool.
It was one of those things I've never. I mean, you probably done it with Connor as well, Luke. That you try and get him into stuff. I remember the Lego movie came out, so I bought all that Lego. That was the worst thing I ever did. It was gone within a day. You know what I mean? And it cost me a fortune. All the Lego movie stuff, and then Motor Origins hit, and I thought, you know what? I'll try and get my kids into this. And Lucy just loved it. She absolutely adored it. And my youngest son, he has autism, and there's only a couple of things he'll stay focused with and watch. And one of them is the old school Masters of the Universe. So he started to get into it as well, and I think it just spurred us on to do so.
That's great, though, that you can enjoy that with your kids. Like that's got to be special.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Suka, I always ask Suka to come on the camera, no chance, because she's the one behind the camera. She'll never come on it. But yeah, it's nice to get your family involved. Dirty toy room. I'm with you, Shabby. Can't stand a dirty toy room. What about you, Ways? It's horrible, isn't it, when your room's all over? Like, you know what I mean? You're going through it now.
My OCD is like through the roof. So like I like doing dios. So like I recently got into like customizing and 3D printing stuff. So like I have all these dios. I have like the Emperor's Throne Room that I got to put together, and I have like pillars from Ahsoka and stuff like that. So like I said, just having to open stuff and put it back away and not like set it up and have it all arranged. Oh my God, it's killing me. Like I'm just, that's going to be the first thing I do when I move in the house. Like literally unpack and the figures are going back up on the shelves.
Have you ever done that though? And this is a question for all three of you, where you look at your toy room and you think, I can make it better in here and I can move this stuff and fix up that, and you know.
Yeah.
I'm constant. I mean, I'm quite happy with the way my room is displayed and how it looks. But I think I constantly look at my room in a way to how can I, like a lot of us do, how can I create more space? How can I how can I free a shelf up? How can I do this? How can I do that? So I'm actually really 100% happy with how my toy room looks at the moment. But I'm forever looking to change it purely because to try and somehow free up space.
Yeah.
Not because I want to change how it looks, not because I'm not happy with it, but just because I think, well, I've got to create another shelf somewhere, because I'm now at a stage where if I want to get something in, I've got to send something, I've got to sell something, I've got to get rid of something. And obviously I don't want to do that. At some point, I'm going to get to a stage where there's nothing in here that I'm prepared to move on. And I'm very close to it now. You know, you guys know yourself. If you bought something 4 or 5 years ago, your taste changes. So you might look at something you bought 4 years ago and go, you know what, I'd be prepared to lose that now. But I think that's only got a certain amount of lifespan in it, because eventually you will look around the room, which I'm pretty much doing now, and going, there's nothing in here I want to lose now. So I've got to find a way to make more room. So I look at my room constantly, not because I'm not happy with how it looks, but more because I need to somehow find a way to free up a shelf or a rack or something. So what can I do? But every wall now is shelved out, like what you see behind me, top to bottom, sort of floor to ceiling, all like that all the way around. So there's no more shelves that can go up. So I've got to somehow shuffle and rearrange, and it's a nightmare, because you free a shelf and you think, well, I can put that on there. But then, of course, you've got to take something off that shelf. And the amount of times you get to the end, you think you've done it, you think you've cracked it, you get to the end and you pick something up and go, oh, no, I need somewhere to put that. Right, I've got to now start ticking that back off. So, yeah, it's a nightmare. But I do it. Yeah.
You got to start allocating stuff to a bin and then putting it in the loft or the garage or whatever. Yeah.
Papa God, hi, Papa. Lovely to see you.
Hey, Papa.
Hey, Papa.
Nice and young with his clean-shaven face. He knocked 10 years off him, bless him. You know what I mean?
I saw that the other day, on Instagram.
I definitely ran into what you're talking about though. Like as I was packing stuff up and moving stuff, I was like, do I really need this? Do I really need to like bring this along? And so like there was some I had a couple Power Rangers things, and some of it like I just need the main team. I don't need really all this other stuff. So that's some of the stuff that I've ended up like putting up on eBay. I had like a dragon dagger, a helmet, a couple other things that just like, you know, I really don't need to take up space with this stuff. Like I could use it for other things. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
I'm doing it right now. When the Force Awakens came out, I bought everything from that 5p away line, every toy, and it's all unopened, every vehicle, everything. But I'm going to get rid of it because it's just sat in my loft doing nothing. And the funniest thing, it was my wife that actually said that when I moved into this house and set up this toy room. I've got a whole shed just full of stuff. I mean, and she said, if you're not going to stick it out, then what's the point in keeping it?
Yeah, sell it and get some stuff you really want.
Yeah, or get some more shelves.
Yeah.
What's up, Jono?
Yeah, brilliant.
Hey, G-Force.
All the boys are here. So tell them about your channel. How did you start your channel, and what made you start?
Yeah, have you been collecting like forever, or just started YouTube?
So I was like heavy collector as a kid. I really Vern Oakhurst Studios. He makes fun of me all the time because like when I was a kid, I was a really big wrestling fan, and so like I've been a wrestling fan my whole life, and I had wrestling figures. That was like the first thing I really started collecting, and I have no wrestling figures now. But I still love wrestling. It's just not. There's too much. I can't. There's no way. But so I did collect as a kid. I collected the Toy Biz Marvel stuff and. Pretty much all kinds of stuff, G.I. Joes, Star Wars. But then, you get out of it as you hit those teen years and you start meeting women. And then probably when I was in like my 20s, I got into the Marvel Universe 3.75 line, and I completed the whole entire line. I had everything, including like the helicarrier, the 3-foot long like San Diego exclusive and everything. And I that's kind of was like my foot back in the door. And then it's just I got into Legends a little bit after that. Once they started back up, and then I really like Black Series. Like that's been like where I really like have
that's what my latest video was doing. But I love Black Series. I know Black Series is like having a fit girlfriend who you argue with constantly. Do you know what I mean?
It is because there's things that they do that
in it and saying, oh, I don't know, Sharon, she's a pain in the arse, you ain't getting rid of it. In Black Series is that, you know. So.
And there's like a lot with Black Series where like sometimes they'll get you aggravated because it's like, why are you guys doing this, or why are you charging X amount of dollars for this when like this is, you know, like I really like what G.I. Joe Classified has done recently where they set the 3-tier price point with stuff, and like now you know if something's coming out that's you know it's gonna fall in one of those price points, and you know right off the bat what you're getting for your money, which I think is a great thing that all these other lines should be incorporating. I really don't know why they haven't.
Yeah, Black Series can be any price, any week, can it? It's just
and it's just on a whim. It's just like for the Darth Malgus, for instance, like he comes with a face mask and a lightsaber. Why is he $40? Like,
why is he that much?
This was another one. Like to me, like why was this a deluxe?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Yeah. Why? Because
A backpack. Yeah, a backpack and an extra slide-on face that doesn't even go with the other troopers, the Hoth troopers. I don't know. There's some things with that. It's just you know, you just kind of. I love Connor's comment. But yeah,
they're saying that the Hoth trooper and that Endor guy, the same guy didn't design the figure, so they didn't think about making it slot in. You just think, well. Come on, Asprey. That should be just the thing.
And like, why couldn't it just be an alternate head? Like, we all wanted that Rex head. So do you? Let me ask you guys this: is that Rex to you, or is that Nick Saint to you?
We're old people. We're old people. You know, we're not youngsters.
Just shabby and camo to me.
So to me, the way I like canonize it in my head is that Rex didn't want people to know he was Rex, so he came up with the name Nick Saint, and that's
right.
That's how you explain it. You know, like it looks like Rex on the figure, so like that's what I was hoping for, really, just like an old man Rex, and now I can put that in the display. But I've been working on a custom. I have parts around here somewhere that I've been putting together for an old man Rex.
I was like Shabby. I bought every single Black Series, and now I've just cut back to like 10% now. I just buy just the ones I really, really like. And of course, the windows are coming back now, so I should be picking a few more. That Windows box just put me right off, and I've not bought. I think I've got one windowless box up there.
You'd like to sub into you, which is awesome.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, like that I've heard from a lot of people that put a lot of people off, like on Black Series, where like once the window was gone, that was it. They were gone.
Yeah, I've not. Yeah.
You've never done it though, Luke. I mean, we've known you for a long time, Luke, and we know, you know, obviously you've got the origins up there because of the nostalgia. But have you never actually? I mean, because I think you said in one of your latest videos, you tend to now more towards vintage, and that's roughly it.
That's what your video. That's what your channel is now, really, isn't it? So
yeah. Why is that, Luke? Is it just thought, you know what, I'm just going to focus on the stuff I can get hold of? Or
well, I suppose there's a few different reasons, really. One, I mean, sorry, excuse me. Other people have said this, that when it's the vintage stuff now, you know where the finish line is. You straight away you think, right, if I'm collecting Star Wars figures, it's 96. That's where I know where I am. And like Origins is a really good example because I love most of Origins. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but it just keeps going and going and going, and then you're into Mattel Creations, you're into pre-orders that you just know you aren't going to get. You've got to fight to get a pre-order in, and then now there's so many characters that I just look at and go, "Who's that?" I don't know who that is. Well. You know, and I just think I've got to a stage with my Origins collection where I'm really happy with it. I've got a real good nucleus of characters that I know and that I love and that I recognise. And even though they're modern, I still look at them and go, I remember playing at my cousin's house with that. I remember playing with that guy. And because they've done the packaging so well, I look at them and go, yeah, they hit me where I. But after that, I haven't got the time or inclination to chase, you know, big pre-orders, and I just can't be bothered. So I just thought I've got it, and the fact that the room is full now, so it made me reevaluate what I really want, what I really want to collect, and what I really want to collect is the vintage stuff, you know, and as well as the fact that I've now branched out into so many different lines that I never expected to, you know, Centurions, Supernaturals, Thundercats, Rambo, you know, whatever else.
Bravestar, I don't believe you're collecting Bravestar now.
Love Bravestar, love Bravestar. So, you know, I've started picking up Tron now, you know, A-Team. There's just so many other things now. So I just think I've got to draw the line somewhere. Turtles, reissue Turtles. You know, I've got to draw the line somewhere. So I thought, right, things like Origins, that can stop where it is. I'll never get rid of that collection. I love it, but I probably won't pick up any more unless I find them at a really good price, a figure that I haven't got that resonates with me. But there's so much other stuff. Sectors is another one. Love that.
Yeah,
like,
weird.
You know, so I just felt I
You
had to
need
reevaluate.
ones, Olu, because like I said, Origins now from next year is going strictly to creations. That's it. So that's the only way you can get them. But
we can't get them in the UK anymore either. We just can't get them in the shops.
And then over here, Rob's Retro, you saw picked up Snout Spout and the Rotom for like $5, $10, and everything else. But they are bringing out the Filmation ones in retail. So all the characters from the cartoons, that's the next thing to take over Origins, if you will, in retail. Right. Do you think? I
might see if I see them, I might pick them up. If I see what they're like, I might get the odd few. So
I mean,
they look like the cartoon more. That's better in some ways. People that watch the cartoon, isn't it?
I mean, I've said in recent videos, look, I'm not saying I'll never pick up anything more modern because I will. You know, there is modern stuff that comes out that I know I like, that I know I want. Playmobil, for example, that's another line. Playmobil. You know, when I saw the DeLorean and the 18 van and the Knight Rider car, there was no way I weren't getting them. Yeah,
I had to get the DeLorean.
Know. So I know there will be new stuff that'll come out that I know I'll want. But I'm not committing to any modern lines anymore. I'm just not. I'm not chasing them hard.
I'm still going to get Knight Rider. I still haven't got the Knight Rider car.
Magnum's out now. Magnum's starting to think now. Waze, I've just got to apologise for this next comment right here. It's from our friend G-Force, and he refuses to sub 21.
I love you, G-Force. You know that.
Unbelievable. Everyone's like, sub to Waze, and G-Force is like, no, I'm not.
So since we were on the discussion of vintage, are you guys backing the Ghost?
No,
too expensive.
But I did the right thing this time, because usually on the DSR, I've come on here and said, oh, bloody hell, the price for that, it's
bloody prices.
Yeah, but this time I didn't do it. I thought I'm going to come away from that because I know I'm not going to back it. And I tell you what, it's a fantastic ship.
Everyone.
Yeah. I would see. I love Rebels. Rebels is like probably one of my favorite Star Wars things because I really like gravitated towards those characters. So I'm personally really looking forward to Ahsoka, but I just couldn't. I don't collect TVC, so like for me, it would be something outside of my collection. And it would just either be a big box on the shelf, or I would open it and just have it as like a big, display piece. So it is really cool, but for me, it wasn't, for $500.
I mean, the Ghost doesn't resonate with me anyway, because as much as I love Star Wars, I've struggled to get into the animated stuff. I've always struggled to get into the animated series. So it doesn't.
I've heard that from a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looks amazing. I mean, they always are, aren't they? But there's only. I never really get sucked into, the sort of crowdfunds and the Kickstarters and the Haslabs and all that. There's only one, and that's recent, that has made me look at it and go, I want that. And that's the Cat's Lair, the Super 7 Cat's Lair. That's just been, I mean, I could never house it. It couldn't go anywhere. But it's the only one of those sort of things, like say crowdfunders or whatever, that I've looked at and gone, can I do that? I want to back that. And especially when I realised there was a year payment plan for it. But
I'm getting the Eternia playset, the Mattel Creations Eternia, and I looked at that Thundercats Lair, and the actual Eternia is bigger than that, and I'm like, where do I see it?
Mental. It's a great price, the Cat's Lair, though. I thought it'd be far more than what it is.
The payment plan is good because it's after tax and after shipping, you're looking at over $750. Yeah. So I think doing a payment plan that's what they all should do, to be
less than $100 a month, is it, or something?
There's so many of them now, Matt. That's the thing. The Sky Striker, they've got the G.I. Joe tank, the Dragonfly, then you've got Eternia. If you did a play plan, a pay plan, so you can put money towards each one of them. You can get 3 or 4 of them if you want.
That Sky Striker, a lot of people backed that and got it, and they bought a few of each, didn't they? And I think a lot of people are struggling to sell them now, aren't they? Because there's so many out there.
Same thing with the Marvel Legends, the Sentinels and the Galactus. Like I backed Galactus, and luckily I was able to get rid of him like right when he,
they have the dodgy joints as well.
Everything else, like lately, like I've seen the Sentinels going for like less than what the HasLab actually backed for. Same thing with Galactus, like they're selling like for less than the $500 or $400, whatever it was. Like, and it's like, how are you even? So like I've backed off totally from like the HasLabs at this point, where like if it's not something that I really need and is in my wheelhouse, like I would have loved to back the Dragonfly. I absolutely love the way that looked. Just the money and everything else hitting at the time. It's we had Comic-Con, we had all the stuff that shipped, so it was tough.
Can I just say one thing before we go on? We were talking before about YouTube, also all our subs being stagnated. Yet Waze comes in and gets about 15 bloody subs already.
We do that with everyone that comes on. Anyone that comes on gets about 10 something subs, don't they?
We should stop inviting people on, Matt. They always get better than us.
I've gone down to 200. I've gone down to 200 since Matt told 90% of my subs to leave.
These people should be inviting us on their channels. I mean, come on, guys, come on,
I think I need like another, since they changed like the rules now on YouTube, I think I need like another 100 subs to meet their requirements for monetization and stuff now, because they lowered it to 500. So
I am enjoying your YouTube, but you're enjoying it, getting to meet all the different people.
Yeah, definitely. So I started just like hopping on 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard when like Sean couldn't do it. Like
Sean, he's awesome, man.
If he was working or whatever the case may be, I would hop on with him, and then I started hopping on with Dude's Nerdery on his channel every once in a while. And then that's kind of what piqued my interest in like, oh well, maybe I should start my own then, and that's kind of just what happened.
Yeah. You've been on with Vern a few times as well, haven't you? I've seen you've been on Vern, so yeah.
Oh yeah. I go on with Vern pretty much, all the time, whenever I can. It's a weird time because it's like he's on the west coast of the United. So it's like a 3-hour difference. So like for me, it's mid-afternoon on a Saturday, and for him it's like just starting the day. So sometimes I can't do it all the time, but I try to hop on whenever we can, because I enjoy, just talking about stuff and different toys and different stuff that's going on and what we have opinions on or thoughts and theories about whatever we're watching. I need a new computer though, so I can do live streams. I haven't been able to do like live streams.
That's the key thing for the channel. Live streaming.
That's basically was the live streams. The reason I got monetized, it only 870s because of the live streams that we do. You know what I mean? More views and stuff. Matt, Mrs. Thompson said stop swearing, so you've got to stop swearing, Matt. sorry, Mrs. Thompson. Sorry.
And when Ahsoka starts, I'll be doing live streams with Left Coast. We'll be doing like an Ahsoka after show for every week. So
nice one. Yeah, because Left Coast usually does them. He's done Kenobi, he's done Boba Fett, and so forth. So we've done a few of them. So
me, him, and
everybody. My wife's the dog's going mental. So
me, him, Eric Brown, and I believe Super John is supposed to jump on too. So that should be fun with the 4 of us.
Oh, we know all those blokes. We know. So I did John's Jeopardy, and Eric Brown took me to the cleanest. I'm so embarrassed in my life, Luke. Right, so it was me, that Joseph Michaels, and Eric Brown. So I thought, I'll have a go at it. They knew stuff that some of the questions like, what's Bravestar's left toe called? And they knew it. I was like, what is going on here? I was never been so embarrassed in my life. I'm just sat there on this screen.
Do you not find though, Shabby, that's still because a lot of your knowledge is UK based.
Yeah, a lot of it was American.
You didn't grow up in the States, so a lot of the shows that they probably know, you've still got UK knowledge, even though you've been there a while. You know
what I mean? Rainbow and Moon, Sooty and Sweep, I would have taken them all, but
Yeah, we just don't get all these cartoons. We never got all of them, did we? We just didn't get them all. So.
And of course, I wasn't there putting the answers in the chat, was I?
Shabby usually wins within like 5 minutes. Usually,
that was brilliant. Someone go on it, and he goes, "Shabby, you go first." Star Wars.
Yeah, that was a big regret. Don't let Shabby go first on the competition because he gets all the easy answers. Yeah, all the easy questions.
What's Luke's dad called? And he was going, "Oh, Shabby's going to do it." Shabby. Brilliant.
Yeah.
You are right. So do you think? I mean, I know Luke, you buy and sell anyway, and you know what I mean. And I know Matt's got rid of a few stuff. You know,
I've got rid of my Origins and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't sell too much, but I do a little bit. Yeah.
I just find it so hard.
I do. Really hard.
Some stuff, like I said, it's more so like stuff that I've just like, all right, like Mark was saying, like it's just if I'm running out of space, I'll get rid of it. You know what I mean? Like if it's something that like, I look at it and I'm like, I don't really need that. Then or like for instance, I did get my hands on 2 eels, and I haven't opened them yet because currently they're going for a ridiculous amount of money on eBay. So I was like, you know what? Let me put these up and just see if they go. If not, I'll open them. It's not really a big deal, but stuff like that. Yeah.
The coolest looking character.
They are. They're really cool. But I just didn't. Like I saw that they're literally going for $80 a figure right now on eBay, and regular retail $25. So I was like, you know what? Let me just see if I can get 180.
They're an army builder, aren't they? Eels are army builders, aren't they? So
things come up like that. I remember the number 94, the Mandalorian in the red and black box. That went up to 200 and all that. It's now back on Amazon for $19 on Amazon.
The Mandalorian, the actual Mandalorian himself, Din Djarin, is pretty common figure, isn't it now? Really,
And now wrestler at all, dude? That's what our lovely friend Tim wants to ask. Have you been wrestling?
I'm not, but I worked for Impact Wrestling for a while when I lived in Florida and went to college. I have my audio engineering degree, so I worked at Impact Wrestling. I work Creative Pro every once in a while with Brian Myers up this way. So I've gotten to meet a lot of people. I've gotten to be behind the scenes for wrestling. It's something I still love. I watch it all the time. I watch New Japan and all the different promotions all over the world. So it's still something I thoroughly enjoy. I have tons of like memorabilia. I just don't have any figures because I didn't want to dive down that rabbit hole again.
Wrestling's another whole different.
And there's so many. It's just like even if I picked up like one, I know I would like start buying more, and I can't commit to another toy line at this point.
I would say that's the main thing in the UK: wrestling figures and Funko Pops. When you say that takes over everything.
Yeah,
Star Wars is like a little sliver like this, and the whole thing is just wrestling. Like
I know Brian. Brian's action figure reviews. He'll always show me stuff that I'll buy with wrestling figures and stuff like that. So I know a lot of people who still collect them. I haven't brought myself to it.
G-Force collects the wrestling. He likes all them. So But Mike has got a comment here. One way to get more space will be to leave the family, get your own place, and put the
don't get married, don't have children. Simple as that.
That's pretty much where I'm at. Like, I'm in an apartment right now, so I'm moving to a house. So that is the plan. That I'm gonna spread some stuff out and get it out of just one room, and hopefully
you're gonna allocate different stuff for different rooms. Star Wars in one room.
I don't know yet. I've been like kind of plotting that out. I think once I get in there, I'll have a better idea because then I can measure everything and see like what's gonna fit where. I have like the big Calyx units. I like them because like I set up dioramas in them. So I have like 2 of the big ones there, and then I have some bookshelves and stuff like that. I'm sure I'm gonna need like more shelving and stuff like that though when I actually get in.
Why is that guy deluxe figure? Is he a big sucker?
The Endor Trooper or the Malgus?
I think the Malgus. It's got to be the Malgus, isn't it?
Malgus. He's a big boy, but like I still don't think $40. For it. It's a little bit bigger than Vader.
Yeah, he's taller than what's the name? Isn't he? The other guy. What's the other one just come out? Sorry, I've got the name now. The other Republic guy, the other Sith guy.
Malik.
Malik, he's taller than Malik, isn't he?
Yeah, he's bigger than Vader too, because I saw somebody post like a side-by-side comparison. But I mean, he looks great. He don't get me wrong, like the figure looks incredible, but
just put him in a window box.
The TVC of him was a big guy as well. It was a bigger figure.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I never got that. Yeah, never got it. Yeah, that's one they probably re-release, I guess, sometime.
Yeah, it's funny that he's a deluxe.
It is.
It's the same thing as you go to Wally's and you've seen all that stuff you pick up. This is going to happen to this one.
It's gonna. They'll put it in a box and it'll be cheaper later. Give them a couple of years, it'll be cheap. I'll wait. I'll just wait.
I love Ollie's, by the way. I'm a big Ollie's guy. I have one like literally right around the corner from my house. So like,
I'm addicted. It's like crack cocaine to me.
Ollie's. Anyone owns Ollie's, bring it to the UK.
And it's not even just toys. Like they have. So like I pick up all the graphic novels for Star Wars there. I pick up books and novels. I pick up a lot of like my house supplies, like cleaning supplies and stuff like it's got everything, and it's such a great spot. And lately, like over the course of maybe the last 3 months, they've like unloaded so much stuff. And then I became like, since I've always stopping in there, I see the same stock guy all the time. And I was asking him, I said, like, what are you guys like planning on getting? And so he said that supposedly a lot of the plastic-free packaging stuff is coming in next. So that's going to be.
It's Marvel Legends. I mean, the Black Series is big, but Marvel Legends, I think they're up to about 200 in my Ollie's. Yeah. It just piled high of Marvel Legends.
Yeah, and a lot of like good waves that like were some waves that were, some figures were hard to find, and then some figures it's like, well, you kind of knew this was coming in.
Well, we got these rumors again, haven't we? That Zoic said that they were going to re-release a lot of the figures that were really hard to get, and
so far, so like I didn't see anybody else report on it except for him.
I do wonder.
And except for Toy Snowman, I guess, was on the stream with them doing it, and so as of this week, we saw the Boba Fett helmet go back up, but it's only on Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store. I have a feeling it's going to be like what happened with the re-release of Commander Rex, where like people were sitting on that pre-order for 2.5 years and it never happened. And so it'll be interesting. I mean, if they are going to re-release some of those figures, it'll be great. Those Mandalorian from Clone Wars, like the Mandalorians. I would love
and
Yeah,
I've got the Emperor in the chair, but that's the one a lot of people want, don't they? So the Emperor in the chair.
Our Des has brought on the most important question, and you being a fellow Northerner, it's your opportunity now to ask our ways that question right there, Luke.
You got to explain it.
So when you have chips or fries to you, what do you have on them? Do you have gravy on them or something else?
So I've had them with gravy because Canada's not too far from me. So Canada does the gravy. That's a big thing. But I usually do mayonnaise, like deli mayonnaise. And like it's got to be like the good, like thick deli mayonnaise. Like that's right. If it's just like helmet.
Could you ever have them without anything? I'm only asking. There's a reason why I'm asking. Would you ever have them like dry with nothing on them?
Yeah.
People do have them dry, Shabby. Yeah.
And I recently was educated about a chip buddy. I was told about that. I believe Tez was the one who introduced me to that, and so I know a little bit. I've been learning about the chips, and I've been learning about the different kinds and stuff like that. I really love like the Culture Cast chat just because like it's so cool learning from all the guys, like the different things from around the world. Like there's a lot of guys from Ireland, there's a lot of guys from the UK, so it's interesting getting like, oh well, we do this here, and you guys do this here, and this origin, this originated here, but we do it this way, and it's cool. Like I'm a big history person. I love like world history and stuff from around different places. So it's really cool to like learn all about that.
Communities like ours. We have these Instagram chats as the deal contest, and there's 10 of us on, and there's New Zealand, Australia, Ireland, America, England. Do you know what I mean?
And it's like I don't think anywhere else would you be able to meet like a community of people like that from all over the world. And like it's because we all love like collecting and different things. It doesn't matter necessarily what you collect. It's just the fact that you're a collector, and like as everyone everybody has fun, and you know, it is what it is. It's cool. Yeah, yeah. And you can spot a collector too. Like, I don't know if you guys like ever like walk into a store and like you see somebody like looking, and you're like, I'm gonna see him in the toy aisle, and you get there and there he is.
Yeah, you might go up to him and talk to him, and you go, no, he's not a collector. No.
Yeah.
So this is what we were talking about before, what Salacious said, and I'm glad you brought this up, Salacious, too, because on the 26th of August, our good friend Kat, I mean, she's friends to all of us, isn't she?
Yeah.
We all back to pieces. So he's going to be doing a 12-hour live stream. So if we can, we'll all support that. We'll all go in there. We'll all have a good time. So cheers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's having surgery on her knee again. Is that what it is?
Oh, that poor lady's been through so much stuff with that. It's, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But she's old school Cat, ain't she? We've known Cat, haven't we, Luke and Matt, since the beginning?
She started, She started, way back. Yeah, we started.
Well, that's nice of them to set that up and do that. So, well, like I said, I don't have to go on about we'll all support. I know we all will. So,
I know Salacious is going to get loads of people on. So everyone's going to be on. I think it's going to be from 12 or whatever it is, 12, and is it from our 12 till 12 at night?
Yeah. You got to do the math to try to figure it.
But it starts like 5 o'clock here, and then it's 5 o'clock here.
I did pick up that though. What Biker said, and it was £15 from $40 in Walmart.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's a steal.
For that price, yeah, it was awesome. So I do like that. Oh, Matt, how good was that last night, Star Trek? It's
awesome. Best episode. Cliffhanger. I knew it was going to. And Scotty was in it. When Scotty. And I think they've got a proper Scottish actor to play it as well, haven't they? I think he sounded. He wasn't putting a Scottish accent on. You can tell when people.
Tell, can't you? Especially us.
Yeah, you can tell when it's out when it's a real Scottish accent. There's a difference. Yeah.
So which Star Trek? The Brave New Worlds or
Strange New World.
Strange New World. Okay.
I'm not a Star Trek fan per se, and the lads have been saying, "Oh, you're going to watch this, Shabby, you're going to watch that." And I tried that Discovery, and it was garbage. I thought I can't watch this.
Okay.
And then Strange New World's coming. I thought, you know what? I'll watch it, and I absolutely loved it, except for last week's because
the singing one, which was hideous, the musical one. Yeah.
I've never been like a Star Trek fan. I've never been like.
Go on.
I've never watched Star Trek. Like I remember like the generation, like the Picard episodes being on when I was younger. But I've heard good things about like the new Picard stuff.
Shabby's not seen any of that, not Picard, none of it. He just loves this one.
Okay.
You think you've watched how many episodes of the 60s one now? Just the one still?
Just the one so far. But I will get round to it. I was going to say that Matt sent me a message last week, and the lads in the chat will get this because Matt these musicals, and he goes, "Shabby, it's a bloody musical," and that's all he wrote. Bloody musical.
All these woke people are going, "Oh, it's awesome, and I'm like, "No, it's for the wrong type of people." Sorry.
It was the cringe. I don't mind the singing or whatever, but it's the way they were like proper. There was one where the two girls were singing, and they did a high pitched thing, and they held each other's hands, and they started to raise like flying. I thought,
I know it was a bit, theatrical. I'll say. Yeah. Not my cup of tea. Yeah. Sorry, everyone out there. Sorry for the theatricals out there.
Oh, here we go. Hello, my dudes. Driving to Paracon.
Oh, don't buy too much stuff.
The lovely Leslie.
Yeah, don't buy too many of those muscly men, will you?
Paracon will be awesome. I think I'll try. It's in Ohio, which is. It's more near you than it is me. I'm North Carolina.
What I've seen at Paracon is like a lot of custom figures there, isn't there? There's a big custom thing there. Well, a lot of guys come from Mexico and South America, don't they, and travel there. I noticed as well because it's quite a big thing, isn't it? Because it's quite easy travel for them to get there.
I want to talk to Luke about this. That Ramen Brave Star, Luke. What do you think, man? That looks awesome.
Well, I've seen the Brave Star a while ago. I didn't realise they were going to do a 30-30 as well. But the thing is, Shabby, they're brilliant. But it's just another one. And you know what? And you might laugh at me when I say this. Because obviously they've done the Thunderhawk, haven't they? The Red Gullwing, they've called it.
Yeah, I've seen that out. The box looks amazing.
They look amazing. But if I'm going to spend £150 on a Red Gullwing, let's just use that as an example. I can get a box vintage one for less than
Get
that.
a real one, yeah.
So I can't. So I don't really see its place. You know, Brave Star is amazing. It looks great. So does 3030. But the one thing I will get, because we never got it released, Ramen Toys are looking at doing a shark, aren't they, with Gloria Baker?
Yeah.
So that was a vehicle we never got. So I probably will go for that. But I can't stand the idea of parting with large amounts of money a year before I'm going to get something.
Yeah, I can't wait years.
How much are they? Because I don't know how much. Because that 3030 I was interested in. The reason for that vintage one, you're never going to find it completely. If you do, it's going to cost you an arm.
It's crazy money, yeah. The vintage one is crazy money. So it does. I guess it does maybe make sense doing the 3030 and Brave Star. But I don't know how much they are. But they're going to be around the £100 mark, aren't they? I mean. I was tempted by they called them 80s Commandos, didn't they? But Ramen Toys did the Centurions, didn't they, not long ago? And they called them 80s Commandos. I was really tempted with them, but I think they were about 90 quid a figure. So you were almost at £300 to get all three. And then when I looked into them, they were far smaller than the originals.
Yeah, the 3.75 scale, weren't they, or something?
Well, they were a bit bigger than that, yeah. But they weren't anywhere near the size of the old ones.
Yeah.
Almost £300 for three figures that aren't even the size of the originals. So I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong; they look amazing. But am I going to spend? Am I going to spend sort of $200?
Well, to get a proper Centurions, isn't it? Get a proper one.
Yeah. Your videos were a bloody sod to me at Joe Fest. I ended up buying 2 Brave Stars, bloody mask figures, bloody vintage motor. Bloody curse that Reynolds reviews. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, Shabby, you keep saying about getting Brave Star, and you never plucked the courage up, have you? Now you've actually started collecting it.
I think that's what it was. One of the nicest things about Joe Fest to me was I wanted to go for the experience of G.I. Joe, and it's not until I've never seen a flag, I've never seen a Defiant, I've never seen a thing. So when you see him, is one thing. When you see the size of the boxes, it's another. These boxes look huge, man. I mean, they make Grayskull look like that big. You know what I mean? Well, it was funny because I saw the Mac Tracker. I mean, Brad Turner and obviously the Condos. I thought, I'll have that. And I got that for $40. And then there was a guy that was selling the 2 Brave Star figures, Tech-Sec. And the only thing missing from both of them, Luke, is one of the daggers. That was it.
Yeah, they're always missing.
They were like 180, and I got them down to 140. So I thought, for 140, I'm having that. But it was
out of the 2, Shabby, out of the 2, is it just one dagger you're missing for Tech-Sec? Is Brave Star complete?
Your Brave Star is complete. I got the what's that blue backpack thing that went with him as well? I got that. I got all.
Oh yeah, the infrared pack. Yeah, the infrared backpack, right?
And even pieces of Fort Currian were in there. You know, the Currian pieces. So I was made up. But it was so funny because as soon as we walked in, I don't go to conventions, so I was overwhelmed, yeah. And I went straight up to him. This guy went in one night, and the G-Force is like, Shabby, let's have a walk round.
Don't spend it all, yeah. Have a look around.
I was like that. Do you know what I mean? I'll have the G-Force is like, we're here for 2 days, Shabs. Calm down.
Shabby, you'll know if you walk in a convention and see something, you really want it, you'll buy it there and then. Yeah. It might go later on. So
say if you walk around and then it goes, yeah. But now you said that, Shabby.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, now you said about you were cursing me. What's this above my head? Who do you think is responsible for that? And it's a Playmobil over here.
The funniest one out of all of them was Matt, and we got it recorded on the I'll only buy the one up toy. I'm not buying it, I'm buying one. Yeah. That's it. How many up to now, Matt? About 25, 30.
25 now, yeah. About 25 up toys, yeah.
Oh,
that's how it goes.
How many?
That's how it goes.
25.
I thought you only had about half a dozen. 25.
Yeah, I've got there's a load there, and there's another one in there.
God.
Yeah, I know.
I hate you, John.
I've been selling too much of my stuff. Yeah, there's not much left. There's not much left of it. No, I've kept them. Yeah, I kept stuff. Most of it.
So our friend Adam Goldfigure says Impact Wrestling is criminally underrated. Cody Dreamer is a guy who more of the world should know about. I know nothing about. I remember wrestling from the late 80s, early 90s. Do you remember, boys? Your Hulk Hogan's, British Bulldog. That. Yeah. Well, I couldn't tell you a wrestler now if you. I have no idea.
I've got a clue.
I don't know any of them.
So when I was there, guys like Kurt Angle were there, Samoa Joe. Trying to think of Kevin Nash was there at the time, Diesel. I'm trying to think of what other top names that you guys would know were there, but there was quite a few. At the time, Jeff Jarrett was still in charge, and So technically, I worked for Universal Studios, and they filmed at Universal Studios. So I worked in the back lot, but then every other Thursday when they filmed, or Tuesday, I would work those tapings and set up all the audio and do all of that.
Yeah. Mine are like Ultimate Warrior and British Bulldog, and
that's what I mean.
That's my era.
Yeah, that was the same as me. My era was like Legion of Doom and Bushwhackers and
Bushwhackers
like that.
The older Hasbro ones that me and Si showed that video on.
But then never really saw a lot of it because it was on Sky TV, and I didn't have Sky TV, so you get the videos that come out on the VHS. And
the WrestleMania, you used to get them, didn't you, Matt? On VHS, the WrestleManias back then. I remember.
Yeah, my mate would tape them off someone he knew he had Sky, and then we'd all go around and watch them.
I remember like going with my mom, like when video stores were a thing, and like we used to go food shopping, and then after we were done food shopping, that's what we'd do. We'd go to the movie store that was in the food store, and I'd get to pick like one wrestling tape for the week, and that would be the tape I'd play like all week. So I've been to like tons of events. My mom, like, she grew up with her dad going to Madison Square Garden in New York to see guys like you probably remember Iron Sheik, Bob Backlund, you know, the original guys. And so she was there for all of those like great memories. Jimmy Snuka jumping off the cage, and you know, she saw all of that stuff live. So like now that you know, I'm older, whenever they're local, I try to get tickets and take her. So like that's kind of our little thing that we do. So to keep the tradition going.
Wait, Adam's got a question for you right here. So you don't collect any more 3.75? It's just all 6-inch.
All 6-inch. I don't do any of the 3.75 lines. Even GI Joe, it's only classifieds. I would love though, like if Legends and Hasbro decided to bring back the 3.75 universe line, I would definitely dive back into that because they were absolutely my favorite.
Brown sauce. I like brown sauce. What is it? This is a Trooper figure. He's a deluxe figure. He's not big though, is he? I don't understand why he's there.
No, he's a regular size figure. The only thing he comes with is one extra faceplate, a backpack, and an extra gun. And that's what they
don't come with a camo coat or anything, does he?
And that's what I thought. I thought he came with a poncho or something. But then when I opened it up, I was like, "Where's his stuff?" And so this is it. Unfortunately, for
a lot of people, some people been taking the was it the Endor hand coat? They've been taking that off that. But it's not the right color. I don't think he's a bit too dark or something.
You can use the poncho too from like Luke or Leia if you wanted to. I guess maybe slap with one of them. But I got 2 of them, and I was like, once I got them, I was like, I probably should have waited for these. Like this was one I probably should have waited for. Because once I saw them, I was like,
they could put Greedo heads on it and Num Nub heads on it, just like front. Maybe they'll do that, and knowing that'll be a way the
re-release
ones or
no, I would definitely with Star Wars it's weird because like some stuff you can wait out and some stuff you can't, but like with Marvel Legends lately over here, like you can wait them out 2-3 weeks and they're already on clearance in stores like Target and stuff like that. So like pretty much the only like Legends I'll buy that are like loose, you know, and not the retro carded are the ones that I'll find like on clearance for like $7 at Target or Ollie's or whatever the case may be.
Jumpy wants to know, did you get the Ramen Toys Gullwing, Luke?
No, I didn't back it, and I didn't back it for the reason that I said. I thought, you know, it worked out about £150, and I just thought if I had £150, I can get an original one boxed, and as good as it looks, and it is beautiful. I didn't want to part with that amount of money.
How long you got to wait for that one? Is it next year? Would it be next year? Would it?
What's that? The red Gullwing? Oh no, it's landed. No, people are getting it now. It was. So it would have been last year. So I would have got it now, but you would have had to back it last year. But
you're not going to buy anything else for a year.
I mean, as good as it is, the Shark, I think that might be the first one I go for because there are a few people doing customs out there, but they're a bit clunky and a bit sort of you know, they're a bit janky. So they're all 3D printed and stuff. So I think I will go for that, but.
It's like that Robo Skull I keep saying I never backed it, and it's still not come out yet. And how many years? It's 2 years now. It's still not been. Yeah.
So the Shark probably will tempt me, only because I probably won't ever get one otherwise. But Yeah.
So what I'm going to try and jump through all this because, like I said, we're going over a bit. So I blame Shabby and Luke for my Playmobil collection. Well, you're doing all right.
I did see that Ramen though. They're doing their own version of like the Hell Charger that Marvel tried to do. They're showing it off at PowerCon with samples and stuff like that. People were posting pictures this morning. So
and they've done it in different colors, like the General Lee as well. You can have it as the General Lee, and
and that's what Jonathan was saying. Yeah, and it's only, I guess it's $250 or something like that for it. So what was that? $100 less than the Haslab. So
yeah. That's the one I saw he did. Then he did a Top Gun characters. Hasn't he done the Top Gun?
Yeah, well, Adam, I don't know if you saw in the chat, Adam's just mentioned that, because Adam, Real Toy Dude, he's a massive Top Gun fan, and I think there was issues around the likeness, because I don't think Tom Cruise has ever given permission for his likeness to be used for any action figures, has he?
No, never.
So I think Ram and Toys got some pushback from wherever it would come from. So I think the way they've done it now, because I know Adam's pre-ordered it, is they've done two figures. I think it's 2 figures or 3 figures. But then, if you get them, you get a head that looks like Tom Cruise with a helmet, and you get a sticker set, so you can actually take the head off one of the other figures, put his head on with the helmet, and put stickers on to look like.
Yeah, to look
so
like.
I think they've got around it that
packaging.
way. Yeah, so it's like an extra. You get it as an extra, but it's not actually what you're buying. Yeah. So I know they've done it that way. But I think I don't know if I'm a little bit. I'm holding a grudge a little bit with Ramen Toys, because I got upset because last year they advertised that they were releasing a 1.1 scale Matt Tracker Spectrum mask, and I was super excited, and I would have bought that 100%. I would have bought that 100%, and that was meant to be out this year. So I actually messaged him directly and said, "Is the Spectrum mask still due to be released?" And they messaged back, and it was quite blunt as well. It was the first time I'd ever messaged him, and they just messaged back and said, "Need to do more research, so it's not coming."
Okay. Yeah.
You advertised it. You advertised, if it's not a sure thing, why would you advertise it?
Yeah. See if someone makes a custom one out there, isn't it? A 3D printed one of some sort. I guess there's people out there do them.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise gave permission for the figures for the first Mission Impossible. They were so bad. He hasn't.
I think that's a huge part of our community now, is the 3D printing route too. I think I'm about to invest in one, just because I'm buying so much 3D printed stuff. It's like I might as well just start printing it myself.
That's it. If you can't get it, make it yourself.
I think what they can do with 3D printing now is unbelievably good.
And it's so quick. Literally, you'll see something in the show or a movie, and a couple hours later, somebody's already got a file up to print it, and it's like, wow, the hands, everything. It's really I've really gotten to custom. So I made a custom Ezra Bridger from his final look. And
cool.
So what? That's a complete custom.
Complete custom.
Wow, that looks amazing.
And then here's the original Ezra. So you can see them side by side. So it's the
sorry, just to get it right in my head, the figure that with the lightsaber in his hand, you made that whole figure, or just?
Yeah, painted the whole thing and everything. It's a cast from Syndicate Customs in Australia, and so I buy a lot of stuff from him, like heads and stuff like that. I did Ninth Sister. She's giant.
Land Speeder Luke as well. Do you go and do you like his stuff? Land Speeder Luke?
Some of the files and stuff like that are his. Some of the 3D printed stuff.
He does some brilliant stuff for Black Series. Yeah.
Did a Saj Ventress in her final look.
Look at that. That's wicked. Yeah.
Yeah, I really have enjoyed doing it. It's been a lot of fun. Kanan Jarrus with his blind Jedi Master head.
Yeah. That's good.
It's been a lot of fun because stuff that that they're probably never gonna make. It's all right, well, I might as well make it. And it's not too expensive. It's actually if you find the right people and the right places to order from, I really recommend Syndicate. They're in Australia. It usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks for everything to get here. So you place your order, everything gets printed and made, and then by the time it takes about 10 days to ship over here from Australia. So it's really not too bad. The shipping price and the prices itself, it actually works out to be less for me, but more money for them, the way the conversion rate works. So
right. Well, I think honestly, first thing first, I want to say, Luke, thank you so much for filling in tonight, man. You were an absolute legend. I really, really appreciate you, Luke. Like I said, you've always been the fourth CSR member anyway, so you're not really filling in. You know what I mean? That fourth spot's always yours. Ways,
my pleasure.
Man.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to make it. So hopefully, and once I get a computer and can do live, I really plan on having a lot of people on and just
if you're getting 20 subs tonight, I don't think we'll have you back on, to be perfect. No, I'm joking. So, Matt, have you got anything coming up, Matt? Any videos coming up?
Not at the moment. No. I've got a couple of 2 videos lined up. Another custom video repaint. Do one of me like robots. So just say it's a robot.
No, we've got Stu's doing a movie thing. Is it Sunday night? Stu's doing it. It's Sunday night.
Tomorrow night for us, I think.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, I am. I will be doing my M1 Starfighter custom giveaway soon. You know the one I made. So that one. Oh, give it down. Oh, I'll just show it again. This one. So the Mando. Yeah. So they'll be giving that away. So that'll be coming up in a couple of weeks. So keep an eye out. I should do it. I'm not sure what day yet, but try not to bump into anyone else who's doing a live stream.
Now, did you
give it away on the Wheel of Doom, and then I'll get maybe some people want to join me when I do it. So.
Did you guys order the TVC one that's coming out of that?
Yeah, I
ordered that. Matt can make them. When Matt can
make it, I can make it. But it's not amazing. The detail on it.
It looks really good. Looks really
someone out there would really love to have it, so give it away.
What about you, Waze? What have you got coming up? Anything?
I have to film this custom video. That's what I have set up. I did a bunch of stuff because I got a bunch of stuff from Syndicate before I pack it all up. I think that's about it. Maybe the EO review if I do end up opening those. But yeah, that's about it for now. I'll probably hop on with Vern tomorrow for Toy Duo. But
Told you all tomorrow, right? Awesome. And I've got, like I said, tonight, if anyone's up in England or the Ireland or whatever, I'm with Go Figure tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 1 a.m. in the morning. So or make sure you have your coffees and stay up. I expect you there, man.
Me and Luke missed most of it because we're in bed. We go to bed.
That's the honest thing. I do the same thing with the Australians. When the Australians do it,
you don't actually go to bed together. Okay, you're not together.
Wow. You heard it here first. No wonder Luke's always smiling. All right, well, we're done. So thank you all. 50 to 60 people in the chat all night. So honestly, thank you all. It wouldn't be the same without you all. We really appreciate it. And next week we're on. Is it your channel or Teddy's next week?
It should be Tez's if he's okay.
So,
Luke, have you done it yet?
I love Tez and I love Smith Lord. I love when they bicker back and forth.
Smith, what are you gonna do with him? What are you gonna do with him? Honestly, he's funny, isn't he? Anyway, hang on before we go. Look who's just turned up here. Lee.
Hi, Lee.
Turned up. Right, we'll see you all next week. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone. See you next week.